Man. Oh, we back. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the VOD. Good morning, my friends. It is indeed Friday. The Friday after D&D. And you know what? I am pleased to report we did not get TPK'd. Again, we didn't get TPK'd. She looks so good. Fox, this is Shadowheart, not August. Come on, what do you mean she looks so good? Come on, wrong game. Holy shit, could you believe it? Man, God, you see the corner, you see nothing. Good morning, Fox. We're gonna be drawing your girl today, Miss August Green. So hopefully you enjoy the process for that. We're drawing a villain today. That's right. Somebody actually requested a villain. Basically a bag of trauma. That's what we're drawing today for Fox. So a little bit of an outlaw or some sorts. Good morning, Lobster. Good to see you, bro. Good morning, Buns. Good morning, Ernesto. Golden, good to see you as well. Who else is here? What's up, Brooklyn? How you doing, Atari? Junior, good to see you too, my friend. And even Cass. Oh, shit. Even Cass is here. I'm honored. I'm honored, man. What's up, guys? I hope you guys had a lovely week. It is indeed Friday. I know a lot of you guys played D&D on Thursdays alongside me. So if you played D&D on Thursday and you had a good game, I'm proud of you. If you didn't have a good game, then figure it out, man. Stop playing Baldur's Gate 3 and start playing D&D more often. No, we didn't die yesterday. So we didn't die again, which is great. Because I was definitely sure that Ashy was going to kill us. Yep. We had to go through a sewer. We invaded a keep. We did a whole bunch of stuff. And I think I might not make it through the next game. I was challenged to a duel, all right, by some upstart paladin looking dude with a very, very similar sword to the one I have in our game. So I might not make it out of our game next week. But not next week, because I'm not playing next week because we're in Edmonton. Fuck, man, I gotta wait 2 weeks to find out if I need to draw another D&D character for myself. Shit. Okay, well, I need to ask Ashley not to kill me off then, because I don't want to have to draw another character. So I haven't even drawn like Ulner's character, and I think Ulner's getting pissed off about that, you know? Like Vixie's got her character, Ella's got a character, I got my character. Everybody has their character art except for Ulner. And I was gonna draw Ulner's character, but then Ulner died, and I got busy, you know? The theme of the last couple of months was I was gonna do something, and then I got busy. So... God. But hey, it's fine, because I'll just make another paladin. I'll make another paladin, it's fine. I'm playing an Avenger. Dude, the 40 Avenger's so fun. You basically just don't miss. Like, you're just a single-minded, just bag of rage that goes straight towards one target, and you just mess it up. So it's a good time. Yo, cross the stream. Thanks for the 37 months, dude. How you doing? Thanks for this resub, bro. I appreciate it. Goddamn, man. That's very kind of you. What's up? How you been? Good to see you. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Cass is always lurking, but sometimes forgets to actually talk. That's okay. You know, I'm just honored that you're here. Like, bro, I appreciate it. Rogue Gunslinger, aka Outlaw, aka Information Queen, villain, and you're obsessed with her. There you go. Well, I'll do my best. Okay. I realize I have to reopen my coffee commissions sketch requests, because if I'm going to be going to the convention this week and next week, I need to be accessible for people. So I'm going to very nervously, I think, this weekend reopen my sketch requests for and then just set the timeline a little bit longer. Say these are my June requests, and they'll get done sometime later to mid to end of June. So I don't know if a lot of people will be there at the convention tomorrow, because it's a smaller one. And I'm looking forward to it, though, because this is gonna be my first time, like, with my new setup and everything. So I'll have to like make some adjustments and make sure all my socials are clean and pretty, and make sure our Discord's all well kept and swept, and make sure the coffee's open and everything. Because I'm afraid of going to the convention telling people that my commissions are basically a 6-month timeline. Holy shit. So, got a lot to do today, but we got some things to talk about for GameCon next week. That's the real convention. That's the big one. That's a 3-day convention. And I need to have some new art ready for it. So I think we might try and get August finished today, and then work on that piece that we're doing yesterday, the Astral Knight, or draw more villains. That could also be a thing if we you know, decide that villains are the theme of the stream. You guys doing D&D games on Thursday nights on Discord? Yeah, we play on Discord because we live in different places. One of us lives in the UK. Two of us live in Canada. Two of us are in the US. So yes, we do our D&D games on Discord. I haven't played an in-person D&D game in a long time, to be honest. Like, realistically, the last time I think I played a in-person D&D game for a like long period of time, or like, you know, an extended period of time, was probably around 2014 would have been it. It would have been around 2013, 2014. So more than 10 years ago was the last time I played like an in-person game for a long period of time. Most of my friends are online now, so, you know. Was that radiant glow around Ella? Who is the mysterious wielder of the Dawnblade? Will Endrick survive his duel? Find out next time on D&D Z. Well, apparently next time is not next week. It is 2 weeks from now, Ashy. So I'm very upset about this. But if I like have to fail a will save, I'll do it. I don't mind. Yeah, if I have to like succumb to my naifu, don't think I won't, I guess. I'm willing, man. I'm willing. Now, thanks to the game, Ashley. I know you had to bounce pretty quick, so we didn't get a chance to thank you for the game when Vixie and Elle and I had to leave, because we had to do some con prep stuff and print off a whole bunch of stuff, which I made like 60 prints last night after D&D. I signed so much paper and bagged and printed and everything. Oh my god, I'm like, I'm in it. I'm in convention mode, and I hate it because our downstairs is an absolute mess. Oh god, okay. There is some part of it though that's kind of fun, you know, getting all your stuff together and like kind of LARPing like you have a real business and like the people are actually gonna want to buy your stuff. That is fun, and I do admit there is like an anticipated excitement before conventions, but man, is it a lot of work. So I think that this is gonna be the last grind tonight, and then hopefully, because we have to get ready for the convention tomorrow, hopefully all of next week should be pretty chill. But I will be missing a lot of streams next week, so I'll actually only be live twice next week. I'll be live on Monday and on Wednesday, because Tuesday I gotta be at the hospital, and then Thursday we're leaving for Edmonton. So fuck that, man. God damn it. It's my favorite stream of the week, Thursdays. Why is it my favorite stream of the week? Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. And that on top of the Eldar trading cards and everything else. Oh boy, man. Imagine having friends online cringe. Bizzo, you need to you need to go out more. You need to go touch some grass. Touch some shrubbery. I don't know. Climb a tree. Go swimming in a lake. I don't fucking know. Go skiing, Bizzo. At the moment, doing 2 campaigns, one in person and one other online. The online one is a cyberpunk campaign. The other one is a fantasy adventure. That's cool. I mean, like, cyberpunk's a great setting to play in, or even if it's not like the official cyberpunk setting, it's a great genre to play in. I really like cyberpunk as an aesthetic. I kind of want to do a cyberpunk, like, you know, game at some point in time, but I don't know. That's a big commitment of time. Hey, you know, doing more than one D&D game a week, I don't think I'd have the time for. So, maybe I'll be able to do 2 once Elle and I get our shit together for our one-on-one D&D game in July. I don't know, night of the week we'll do that. Maybe like Mondays or something or some shit, you know? Stop talking to my therapist, goddammit. Okay, I'm sorry. God, I'm sorry. My bad. You know, I just think it'd be healthy if you went outside and climbed a tree, you know? Brought a sketchbook. Looked at the sun. Got some vitamin D. Mr. Evanster, when are you porting Astral Knights to Cyberpunk? Oh, Astral Knights to Cyberpunk. When am I going to port the Astral Knight to Cyberpunk? Well, about that. Shut up, Ashy. I don't even have the Astral Knight ready for 5e, goddammit. I do want to have it ready for next week. So that is my... So the D&D adventure in beta will not be formatted for GameCon, probably. Unless something crazy happens and I just find insane amount of time, like, in my pocket or whatever. But the Astral Knight should be ready. So it should be fully ready, fully formatted, fully good to go by next weekend, or else I'm going to be mad. because you know, I wanted to have it ready for this convention. Oh god, this is the nerd one. So ArtCon tomorrow is the nerd convention. GameCon's like more general tabletop and stuff, but ArtCon is the super focused D&D TTRPG convention. I really wanted to have some mechanics and stuff ready for it. So god damn it, man. Didn't quite make it in time. Did you ask Twitch about the Plus program yet? No, I didn't. No, I didn't put a ticket in or anything yet. I probably won't until the weekend. So I don't know what happened with it. You know, I'm still pretty mad about it. I guess I mean, maybe I could check it, you know, on my own page. I mean, scroll down. Does it still say that I need like points to get to like 100 points, or does it say 300? Because it also could have just like taken a minute to update. God damn it! What the hell, man? Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, whoever that was. Why anonymous? Let me thank you properly. God damn it. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate that. Thank you for bringing 5 people into the guild and saving them from ad hell. God damn it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Whoever that was, you're a scholar and a legend. Even if you're a coward that I can't thank properly. That's a lot of subs, bro. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm honored. That's very kind. Thanks, dude. God damn it, man. I feel a little special, bro. Surprised that I'm making it work with school, girlfriend, and work. Yeah, I mean, if you, I think D&D is the kind of thing that you always make time for it. People say that they're too busy for stuff. People are never too busy for things. If it's important, you'll make time for it. That's the way it is, and it's okay to say that something isn't important enough that you won't make time for it. You know, we just don't like to admit sometimes that's time with our friends or a D&D game or whatever. You know. I'm unsure as to how I've made a D&D game work over the last couple of weeks, but oh god, man, it's been fun to I guess force an evening of no work and just hang out. And well, not a whole evening. I finished our D&D game, and I always do work for a couple more hours, so it's nice to play a game though. I don't know if I'm gonna make 2 work, but at least one of them right now is fine. So 2 games would be a bit too much. I know there's a lot of people that play D&D like 4 or 5 times a week, and I don't know how the fuck you do that shit. Like, I don't know what else you're doing, man. If you're playing D&D 4 or 5 times a week, bro, that's awesome. But man, that's a lot of time. That's like what, 5 hours on average per game? You know, that's 25 hours a week. That's almost a full-time job. Your athlete luck work. Did you get gifted the sub golden? Let's go, dude. Congratulations. X100. Okay, Ashley, listen, bro. I always love his responses and on gifted. Well, dude, I mean, at least if I know who gifted the subs, I can thank them properly. I can say, hey, thank you for the support, because it means a lot. The 5 subs is a lot. Okay, that's a lot. I don't care. That's a lot, and that's a big contribution to my stream, to me, and to the rest of the community. And I just want to be able to thank people properly. At least you can't share bits or dono anonymously, so at least I have that going. I need to know, how do you know where to put the shading stripes and where to connect them? I don't know English names, sorry for that. The hatching. The hatching, I guess it's just an intuitive thing that you learn from painting and drawing a lot of light. So how to know it? That's a big, and it's a very simple question and a very big question. The simple answer is you just learn how to do it when you draw enough and paint enough and you think about light. The more complicated answer, I guess you could say, is if you are thinking about things in a 3D space and you're lighting them, then you train your brain to be able to identify where you want to build value up. So it's a bit of a difficult concept to articulate, but you just kind of have to trust that it's practice, and you figure it out, I guess. That the orb detonated anonymously. The orb, I think, is cooked. I think it's done. I think the orb is over. The orbathon is gone. Nobody even remembers the orb. It's over. No one wants to. Look, no one wanted to get the orbathon to rank 8, so you guys didn't want to save the orb. You didn't. We couldn't save the orb enough, right? Which is unfortunate that we couldn't save the orb. Ah, man. Oh well. Maybe on the next orbathon we'll get to rank 8 of the orbathon. We'll try that. Maybe we'll see. Okay. Well. There you go. Lurio Art, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate that. Thank you, dude. Welcome in. Yeah, okay, all right, Orbers, all right. Everyone will remember the orb. They will forever remember the orb, but can you save the orb? That's the thing. Every 3 to 5 months, you need to save the orb, or else the orb gets deleted. So I will hold this emote hostage. I'll hold it hostage for a new GPU. Don't think I won't. Don't think I'm petty enough, or I'm not petty enough to hold an emote hostage. I absolutely will. But all right, so today we're going to do some villain artwork for Fox. We're going to talk about the Astral Knight a little bit. We're going to talk about the convention season, some things that I got to do for that, as well as the adventure. I've been writing another like super big edit for the adventure, so I can hopefully have that ready for GameCon next weekend. But I'm not sure if we'll be ready. I think I have to like try and make sure that it's really, really good before I like push something out. Especially if people are going to be seeing it for the first time. That's their first impression of me. So, as I'm watching this, I'm rewatching Castlevania to get into the flow of the next D&D character. The Castlevania vibe. Oh shit. Okay. All right. That's a character and a half. Okay. Let me hit my record button so I don't forget to do that today. Because wait, am I going to run out of space on my hard drive? Hold on. I don't want to lose this recording. Let me make sure real quick. I'm not going to run out of space. Properties, how much space do I have? 21 gigs, that's fine. All right, we're good. it's getting... Look, man, I haven't edited any new videos in a little while, so I have a lot of recordings on here that I gotta... Ooh, man. All right, I think we're good. Okay. So, Fox, we decided to go hat on because hat off was like a little... Hat off was fine, but it was a little imbalanced, and I liked the... You said you weren't sure which you wanted more, and I kind of liked the outlaw vibes of hat on a little bit more. I think it frames her a little bit better and contains the chaos a bit. So that's what we're going to do today, I think. I'm going to try and figure out those scarring and cool battle damage wounds that she has, I guess. Man, Fox, I didn't realize this character was so tormented. Like, I feel like after reading this character description, I need to ask you if you're okay. Like, god damn, bro. Since when do you stream? Like, what time do I stream, or how long I've been streaming? I've been streaming for about 5 years, and I stream every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Mountain or Pacific time. So I give the TLDR, it's so much worse. I could imagine. Yeah, I don't, dude. What the fuck do you guys get up to in Red Dead RP? Like, good god, man. Y'all need a hug over there or some shit, man. I thought D&D characters were bad. You guys are another breed, I suppose. So, all right. Villains. What makes for a good villain? I need to figure out some of the hair anatomy and braids and stuff before we get into it, but I'm trying to make her look like a little bit unhinged, a little bit disheveled, a little bit of all that without going too far overboard, and making her look just completely unput together. She still needs to have some sense of, like, you know, she manages to get herself out of bed in the morning and put her shit together at least a little bit. But I will do my best for you today, Fox, okay? I'll do my best, as I always do, and hopefully you don't hate this piece. So, I don't know if I'm allowed to draw a Red Dead character on stream, you know? We have to tell people it's a D&D character, otherwise I'm gonna lose follows on Twitter. And God help me if I lose another follower on Twitter. Holy shit, bro. I can't, I'm hemorrhaging them. Ever since I got into VTuber Twitter, I've just been losing followers every single time I don't post something that's an anime girl. If you can believe it, it's really unfortunate. You know? The disappointment in people's voices when they ask me when I'm gonna draw another hot anime chick. And I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to let you down. It's gonna be a while. There's a reason I have to take breaks sometimes. It just gets a bit heavy, so I take small breathers. That's fair. It's just a lot, man. You guys just go hard on this Red Dead stuff, so I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I hope the style of hat is okay. I want to go some little more outlaw. I know August probably has a collection of hats, but I wanted to do a bit more of an outlaw gambler hat kind of thing for her. For this piece specifically, because I felt like it fit that straight low cut brim, and the eye patch kind of frames everything a little bit better. In my opinion, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just some dumb artist. So, you found your calling? Stop it. Stop it, busy. No, my calling is appealing to book talk. Okay, that's apparently, if my recent YouTube videos have anything to say about it, that's my entire calling. So. Screw Twitter, honestly, never use it for the life of me. Well, can't say that, unfortunately, if you're a professional artist, because if you abandon any social media, any streaming site or anything like that, you're kind of losing out on potential market here. And, like, I liked Blue Sky. I was very excited when Blue Sky was a thing, but, like, both the people that went over to Blue Sky were very nice, but unfortunately, they both already follow me, so if I'm going to post anything to anyone new, it has to still be on Twitter. Twitter didn't quite get removed and decapitated the way that people thought it would. So I'm glad I never did the big dramatic like Exodus speech that a lot of people did, because I see so many people who made a big dramatic thing about, I'm never using Twitter again now that Blue Sky is available. Blue Sky is the future. I'm deleting my account. And then I see 3 months later now they're just posting it on Twitter casually. It's like, yeah, I see you. I fucking see you worming your way back over here. Come on, man. What do you think is your favorite D&D class? I like paladins, to be honest, as far as classic D&D classes go. But I don't know. Is that the correct answer? What's the favorite class? What's the correct answer for favorite classes? Because I feel like paladins isn't the popular one. You just watch the book talk short. Let's go, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you. English is so hard. I'm sorry if my grammar's bad. Don't even worry about it. Your English is absolutely fine. Your English is perfectly understandable, perfectly intelligible. Your grammar is excellent. You have nothing to worry about. I'm very impressed if English isn't your first language. So, seriously, don't worry about it. You're doing fine. If heroes want to make a villain, giving them a lot of relatable humanity while also being a bad villain, August became a villain purely out of the love she holds for people around her. Her grief is what finally pushed her to being as much of a villain as she is. And honestly, the hat is super close to the hat she wears most right now because belonged to a dead friend, so it's perfect, and you killed it with fitting the vibe and literally already obsessed. Okay, good. All right. So this, guys, this is what we have. This is what we call a happy client. Okay, you know, this is what we need to do. We need to make sure our clients stay happy. Otherwise, well, that's not good, man. If you let your clients down, then nobody asks you to draw hot anime D&D characters for them anymore. Wait, that's entirely the point. Ah, shit. Damn it. Damn it. I forgot. Oh, well. I think I missed the point here. She's not even with scarred face, so extra win. Okay, I'm glad you approved. What's up, Danny? How's it going? What you been working on recently, Danny? Tell me your tales. What's got you interested and creative recently? Paladin is the only class. Well, I mean, okay, to be honest, if you my secret answer for my favorite D&D class is a little self-indulgent, and it's actually my Astral Knight class. I love my Astral Knight class so much. I love playing it. It is so fun. Like, it is everything I wanted out of a D&D class, to be honest, the Astral Knight. And I really like it. The only thing I can't really do that I wish it could, but I really can't have it heal is heal. But healing, that's the only thing that I wish it could do. And man, if it could heal, I wouldn't need to leave my house anymore. No, I don't think the Astral Knight can heal. I think that's like, they can do some self-healing and some shielding and stuff like that. It's like some maintenance stuff, but having the Astral Knight be able to like fully like act as a like kind of paladin healer would be, I think, unreasonable and imbalanced. So I gotta be careful about that. But I think the Astral Knight is probably my favorite D&D class, like, that I've ever played or made or anything like that. And that does sound like, maybe that's good. Like, maybe it's good that I can endorse my own class and say it's my favorite class that I've like my favorite D&D class. Or maybe it's a little like arrogant to say that my own class is my favorite class. I'm like willing to be told either is true, and I'm not sure if it's a bad thing. Because like on one hand, I should at the very least really like the stuff that I'm making, right? But on the other hand, you know, to say it's my favorite is like, like a little eye rolly, isn't it? On a sticker with the text, love reading smut. God damn it. I expected nothing less from the Duchess. Can I share your Discord? Please do. I've just been making a whole bunch of stickers for the convention, and I need to make a couple more for next weekend, a couple more travel stickers. But Ella wanted me to make some generic, like not generic, sorry, general kind of D&D stickers for her table, and that's so funny, man. I like that. Always good idea to keep Fox happy, right? Right? If I don't keep Fox happy, I'm gonna hear about it, man. Like there are people in my life, like friends, that I feel a protective instinct for, you know, and I just need to keep Fox happy. Like that's a mission in my life. If I can do my best to just keep Fox happy, you know, right? Is that weird? I just have to ensure that Fox is always happy. That's a personal mission of mine. So that's why I'm gonna do my best for August here. Okay, posted it. Okay, hold on. Let me see this shit. Hold on. I don't want to get too distracted today, so I'm not gonna go to Discord a whole lot. But this is I'm invested here. All right, let's do this shit. Where is it? You're such a goddamn. It's so elegant. Alright, that's fucking good. There's just something heinous in that book. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Daddy, you're perfect, never change. You're just what the world needed. Just in straight up. Alright. So you were the answer to the prayers in dark times as to what we need in the world to make it a better place. So Foxy's your waifu? No, Fox is a dear friend of mine. She's a dear friend of mine that I've known for quite a while since I've been streaming. Ella's wifey, but Fox would challenge me on that for a stake in Ella's wifedom, which I don't know how I feel about that. But no, Fox is just a very dear friend of mine, so that's why I need to keep Fox happy. One of my missions in life is to ensure she is content and happy. You know, you just have friends like that every once in a while where you're like, I just if I can keep this person happy, that's a 10 out of 10 day for me, you know. Ella's our wife? God damn it. You see, it's actually exclamation Discord, I think. Discord, I think that's the command. There you go. There you go. DC should be the command too, but I just haven't set that up because I'm lazy and dumb, so forgive me. So someone lines say not to sketch before painting, and I'm tripping out. That's crazy advice. Well, that's actually good advice, I think, if you're going for classical painting. You know, if you want to learn like the most classical training that you can, and you want to be kind of the best, like, I don't know what the term is, like, if you want to be the most classically trained you can as an artist, then definitely don't sketch before you paint. Learn to block out color and stuff like that, and you'll be way better off, I think. So it's not terrible advice. It's just a little unorthodox for a lot of people, I think, to say, hey, you should, you know, because like sketching is very easy and drawing is very easy, and so a lot of people use it as a guide, and a lot of people use it as a crutch. And so it's just like any tool in art that I think that it's like gradient maps, right? Oh, thanks, Busy. I appreciate it. Gradient maps are a tool that will make a bad artist fucking irredeemably terrible. But they're a tool that will act as a shortcut for good artists to create color palettes and base colors a lot faster. So the problem is a lot of the advice online on art is like kind of geared towards people, I don't know, it's geared to the wrong group. Like the issue with almost all art advice online is that you don't know who like, is this supposed to be art advice for you, or is this art advice for, you know, somebody who's like a lot further along their journey? What's the deal? You know, it's not really apparent for a lot of people, and trying to parse that out and figure out if something is meant for you as advice is almost impossible. And that's why mentorship is so important, I think, for artists. That's why mentorship is so unbelievably important, because a mentor or somebody who's willing to take time to talk to you about your art will tell you specifically if you are like in need of you know, certain training or to stay away from certain habits or to develop certain, you know, processes or whatever. So it's not bad advice. It's just, it doesn't work for a lot of people, especially like newer artists or whatever. Want to be elegant and still a hint of sass in the sticker? It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I can never also working on a memorial piece for friends, so I'm definitely sketching. That's fine. I mean, I definitely think you could. Like, don't put your skills down like that. If you wanted to learn the like most difficult painting skills sort of available to artists, you definitely can. It's not hidden. It's not arcane. It's not secret. It's not, you know, some sort of like guarded whatever that's inaccessible. Like you can any artist can learn to paint at the very highest level. It's just a decision that you make. So, you know, talent and those kind of things don't dictate it. It's all about whether or not it's worth it for you. And for a lot of people, art, it isn't worth it. Because for a lot of people, they just want to chill out and do like, you know, their art and have fun and make it like non-stress or, you know, stress-free and a non-issue for them. But if you want to, if you really wanted to learn to, you know, sort of be the best or whatever and really give it your all, you definitely could. And it's not like, it's not impossible. It's definitely intimidating, but it's not impossible. Now, is it, as I said, is it good advice for everybody? Not really, but it's like one of the reasons why I'm thinking so deeply about how to make like art videos and art discussions and tutorials and stuff. I don't know how to talk to people about art, to be honest, because I feel like in a lot of the cases, people kind of want something out of an art video or tutorial specific, and the issue is because it's all self-directed. People aren't gonna like there's a, what do we call it? Is this a form of survivorship bias, where basically like people will stay in a video if the advice is easy to understand or advice that sort of fits their kind of leans into if it's the advice they want to hear, they'll watch the video and the video will then grow and then the algorithm will think the video is really good. But if it's the advice they need to hear, they won't want to watch it, and so they won't feed the algorithm with it. Like I think that is like a form of survivorship bias, but that's like a big issue in the art community, I think, especially the online art community, is that the advice is not really ever, I think, like the best advice doesn't rise to the surface. So I worry that if people say like, hey man, I want to see tutorials or how do you do this or that, and I like give advice in tutorial videos and stuff, it'll be like, oh, this is not what I wanted. I wanted to know how to draw a character in 3 easy steps, not, you know, how to draw boxes for the next 3 years. Right? It's just like a little, it's a little confusing, I think. So I don't really know what to do about it. You think so? Yeah, fair enough. Let's start doing classical style painting, which I want to try. I would start with like still life or portraits. I've done color blocking and portraits and 1 layer digital, but obviously different IRL. Yeah, I mean, you would start still life or portrait. You would do both. Like, there's not really a starting point. Like this so the question is a bit misleading, right? Where would I start with, like, would I start here or there? Would I start with fundamentals or whatever? If you wanted to start learning how to classically paint and like paint properly, you would do kind of everything, and you would also still sketch, but you'd change the way you're sketching. So it's very important, if you want to develop a sketching habit that reinforces your painting skill, to not think about sketching form, but to think about sketching light. That's a big difference. That's like a big mind-blowing thing that an artist told me once that really changed the way I sketch and like really helped me develop my style into, or my process into something that I'm happy with the current style. It's basically the idea of using your line weights, using your textures, using your, you know, tone and hatching and stuff like that to try and trick the eye into thinking you're seeing blocked shadows as opposed to form. And that's also really non-intuitive, because a lot of artists these days, they will learn how to draw and want to draw based off of the current sort of most popular medium of like art, which is animation. People fucking love animation. And so there's a ton of artists that come up in the art industry now that they learned and became passionate about art by watching TV shows and movies and stuff. So there's a huge generation of like artists in their mid-20s right now that are massive Avatar: The Last Airbender fans. Right? There's a lot of artists that sort of have that like that Nickelodeon sort of like Critical Role fan art Western anime kind of style. That, I mean, we traced this back one day and did the whole history of how and why that style is so popular amongst the new generation, I guess you could say. But a lot of people come at it from a love of animation, which is totally fine. It's beautiful that that's the reason why you wanted to start drawing. The issue is that animation uses line work to describe form, and people want to be illustrators and not animators, and so they can't necessarily use those tactics, those styles, those same methods to develop an actual painting routine or process. But then they go online and they don't know how to talk about it, so they get practice proficient. People ask them how they do it, and they talk about it from kind of that again, that line work sort of like animations kind of base, and it doesn't really help the painters out there. So people who want to sort of draw within that style and sort of stay within there, it's totally fine. That advice works. But if people who are looking for advice on how to generally improve at art, air quote art, definitely need to be careful where they're getting their advice from. And so like line work and drawing or painting, you wouldn't stop doing sketching just because you want to learn how to classically paint. You wouldn't just do portraits. You wouldn't just do still lifes. You wouldn't do any of that like just one thing at a time. You would do basically all of it. And if you're very serious, you'd be doing it, in a pretty high quantity and frequency, which is tough. So, it's very, very difficult to convince yourself to do that. Especially there's like a whole thing in the modern artist sphere where artists like stopped glorifying and tolerating failure. And so when we post stuff, when we make stuff, we feel like we need to be able to post it, or when we post it, we feel like it needs to be good, or whatever, man. It is a big problem because people aren't like encouraging of something being terrible and you like learning how to do something again. And our tolerance for it is like, okay, I'll give it like 3 or 4, stabs, but if I'm not getting this after like 4 or 5 attempts, man, I'm gonna be mad, But it's going to take you a long time to sort of stumble over painting skills, specifically painting skills, to understand very deep concepts like how to sort of, block in light and shadow and figure out form all at the same time. It's very, very difficult, but it's definitely doable. It's definitely accessible. I really wish that people didn't sort of like shy away from the part that seems intimidating. And yet here we are. Here we are in the modern era where being considered like good at art is so unbelievably simple and easy that, I don't know, I feel like people should, take up art more often and go start a career with it, I guess. Do you remember when your sketch of the Abyssal Skulker is? I think I printed it out, but I didn't save it. Now I need on Roll20 this weekend, the Abyssal Cavern and High Crest. The Abyssal Skulker? Do you mean the token or the art for it? Because the token should be in the Discord tokens, but the actual sketch for it, I don't know. I'll go looking for it today. If I, I'll make a note for myself. I'll go looking for it. Abyssal Skulker. Okay. All right. One of my weaknesses that I really need to overcome is my management of my art, as far as file management goes. It's been real bad. It's something I let get behind a little bit too much. And I wanted to make a print for something that I had prints for already, but I need to make it like a couple of additional ones for the convention. And Ella was like, I don't know where this file is. Can you just send it to me? Or I don't know what the name of it is. And I legitimately could not find it. I had no idea. So yeah, this has been on my mind. I need to like do a proper like, it's why I want to start using my sketchbook more on Discord. And kind of use it as a backup, I guess. But I will definitely go looking for it. So I'm sorry that I don't have it on hand right now, Atari. Being good at art is somewhat common, but I think it should be more common to accept being bad and just enjoy it anyway. Being good at art is common? I don't think so. I think that by definition, being good at art is uncommon. Because if you're good at something, you're good in relation to the general public. And I think art is something that's so accessible. It's like singing. Anyone can sing, anyone can dance, anyone can make art. But to be good at it, I think is very, very difficult to, or it's uncommon. Although it's very easy to get and obtain, I think, which is kind of a counterpoint to my own point. But no, I think you're absolutely right about your idea of it should be okay to be bad at art. And not just be bad, like if you're having fun and you're just doing it for like your own personal enjoyment, being bad at art is totally fine. And I think it should be celebrated, right? Because the standard of holding yourself against a professional standard is like not realistic for people. But definitely, you know, being not just bad, but being okay with the process being awkward and stumbling and failing. I think that's like really important too for art. And that's the one thing I really wish people would glorify again, is the glorious failures, you know, while you're learning things. But that doesn't get you clicks on social media. So like posting your failures and your bad sketches and your revisions and stuff like that, people don't want to see that. And it is one of those things where it's very unfortunate, but there is a bias, and people kind of know what they want. And if you are able to kind of meet that standard, then congratulations, you have a career awaiting you. But if you can't meet the standard, then, you know, people don't want to see what you got to say, and they don't want to see your art, and then you're kind of fucked. You know. So unfortunately, playing that game is something that's not really like being a successful artist and getting better at art in some ways are not actually, like, they don't kind of support each other. If that makes sense. Kind of post painting I've done of my other cat to see how bad my form and blocking skills are, but I know it's not your job to tell me where I do improve on. I mean, I don't mind if you ask for some feedback and I kind of have some time to go through Discord. I'm totally, you know, I definitely try and do that for people. But the problem is though, Buns, it's not that it is in some ways my job to tell you how to improve at art, because I try and make myself accessible for people for that. The problem is that I can't necessarily give you good advice and help you really from one example. That's the issue. That's always the problem, is that I'd absolutely give you feedback and spend, you know, 10 minutes looking over your work and help you out with some directional stuff. It's my honor to do that for people. The problem is when I see one example or two examples or 5 or 10 examples, it's really hard to figure out what somebody's getting wrong, you know, which is why I think, like, if you're very serious about improving at art and you want to sort of get good feedback, you need to provide like 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 examples of you doing something to be able to really have somebody understand, oh, you don't know perspective. Oh, I get it. Okay, you know anatomy, you know gesture. The reason your hands look fucked up and the reason your arms don't look good is because you don't know how perspective works. Great. Now here's a drill you can do. Here's a drill you can do for 30 minutes a day for 3 weeks, and you'll never have a problem with this again. And then you ascend to a new level of your art, and you'll be, you know, making money and crushing it and living in Miami doing cocaine. I mean, wait, shit, that's the other career path. Damn it, I got those mixed up. No, you'll have everything you want out of your art career, but you just need to provide enough examples for people to be able to like tell you sort of what is working and what's not. So that's the only issue, is that trying to fix or help from one thing is like a little difficult. It's really very complicated to try and figure out what somebody's getting wrong in one little, you know, one little example. But small things like composition or like idea, which is a lot easier to critique for one piece, is definitely easier. Marriage cannot sing or dance nor art, but that's besides the point. Exactly, yeah, me either, right? But it's accessible because you can do all those things, Jacob. It's like the difference between the skill of like art and singing and dancing are all accessible. So you can sing and dance and make art, sure. It's not like you know, heart surgery. You wouldn't even know where to begin. So it's one of those skills that everyone sort of like can practice and can perform. It's just, do you take it seriously as a intense hardcore development, or are you doing it more for fun and flair and just enjoying your time with it? That's I guess the differentiating feature. But taking art seriously as a career versus doing art as like a hobby, you get, I think it's important to give two very different sort of like levels of advice for that, and to ensure that people don't, you know, get burnt out. Because there's nothing worse than if you try and make something super serious for somebody that's just trying to have fun. But also at the same time, it really, like, if you're giving people very light and soft advice and they really need like here's what you have to learn to be a professional, then you're not doing them any favors either. So again, it's the complicated thing about trying to figure out what kind of advice people need for art on the internet without knowing them like very like directly is like very difficult. So again, if you're very serious about being an artist and you didn't go to art school, go get yourself a mentor. It'll be worth it. Trust me, it'll really be worth it. It'll be almost necessary.
Hello, Alf High One lol, Alf High One lurk.
What's up, Alf? Thanks for the lurk, man. I appreciate it. Thanks to the tier 3 for 5 months, bro. Good to see you, Alf. What's up, dog? What's up, man? How you been? Thanks for the lurk, man. Thanks for the tier 3. I appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of everything, bro. Missed you, man. I know you've been busy. I know you've been doing stuff. You haven't been around much to talk nerd shit, but we miss you around here, man. Must resist urge to feather cap. Must resist urge to feather hat. Okay. 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 I'm glad we're all caught up. I have 100 examples, nor do I want to... Wait. I don't have 100 examples, nor do I want to blow up the Discord for that. With that, well, obviously 100 is like you don't need to provide 100. You know, if it's a full painting, you don't need a full 100 painting. But if it's like you're trying to figure out like anatomy or color blocking, you know, you could easily post like little studies or whatever. But if you have more than one or like at least a couple, then you can get better feedback 100%. But yeah, no, it is tough. It's tough. Might sketch some weapons now though. That's a good idea. Get some weapon sketches done, bro. All right, I think our under sketch is good. I think we're polished here. I think it's time to draw our outlaw, Miss August Green. You know, I've never played Red Dead before. I've never played Red Dead, and I kind of wanted to when it came out. People talk about it and like hold it in such high regard that I kind of always wanted to play and try it out, but I don't know, man. One of those things, it's like it's another game that I just don't know if I'll ever get a chance to play. There's just so many games out in so little time that I get nervous at the idea of spending hours and hours and hours on one game. And it's like, what am I missing out on? What work am I? I'll spend like a couple of hours playing a game or whatever, and then I'll like see my Steam profile or some shit, or like my, I don't know, my playtime or whatever, and I'll see that I've played that game for like 30 hours, and I'm like, oh my god, what could I have done for 30 hours? Oh my god. Regarding heart surgery, first you go get a crush on a very nice person, get obsessed, and then they don't care about you. Broken heart. Oh shit, okay, that's how you do it? I didn't know. I didn't know, man. See, you tell me. I wasn't sure as to how this whole thing worked, but I guess, man. All right, that's our under sketch. This is our delete sketch, and we'll just drop the opacity on this real quick on Miss Green. Okay. But I do love drawing sort of like RP characters for people, because I find that it's always very, like, even if it's not D&D, it still has all that same stuff in it that I love about people, you know, caring about their characters a lot. Because, yeah, man, I mean, when you're working for, like, a big video game company or, like, a big, like, concept art project or whatever, sometimes you do feel like the work you're doing doesn't really matter. Like, people, you know, like, who cares, right? The art director isn't like particularly moved by your piece or whatever. No, it doesn't really matter. No one's like really paying attention to your work, and you're working towards a bigger project, but like, you know, you know, hard to describe. When you're doing something for one person, for their precious character, they live their life waiting for the next session to play their awesome character. To me, that is the spice, man. That's the juice right there. I love that shit. You guys make me wish I had a Western, or was in a Western campaign playing a villain cowgirl. She looks cool. Oh, damn, bro. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, time to make yourself an Outlaw Ranger, Brooklyn. Time to make yourself an Outlaw Ranger. Brooklyn, were you the kind of person that found D&D and then immediately started playing like 8 games a week? Is that your lore? Because I was surprised when you said you hadn't been playing all that long, you know? I was very surprised to hear that. I thought you were like a lifelong dedicated, you know, experienced player with a billion campaigns under your belt. I mean, either way is good, right? By like 3 examples, sure. Yeah, I mean it's better than one. Better than one. He's by far my favorite character I've ever played. Her character growth the past 2 years has been so cool.
Hi.
Oh
It's
shit,
been a
dude! What's
while.
up, Chaos?
Hope you've been well.
Holy man, the poet of chaos. Good to have you in here. Thanks for the 2 months, bro. Appreciate it. Hello, how you been? Damn, bro. I appreciate the sub. Thank you very much. I'm honored. Thank you, dude. Welcome in. Hold on, wait, where was I? Character growth over the past 2 years has been so cool. There's been so many subtleties and complexities that took a lot of work and patience to finally see come to fruition, and it's been so cool. I love that, dude. That's awesome. I'm glad that she's been a story point for you to think about. You know, part of me sometimes likes the idea of the simplicity. Well, I don't want to say simplicity is a bad thing, but like the elegance of having a single character as opposed to like a whole damn fucking cast and world and bullshit. Because you get to focus really deep on one story, on one character, on one thing, you know? And I kind of love that. It sounds really cool to me. I still prefer DMing over playing D&D. But anytime I have like sort of the example of a character like this that you sort of have grown with and played a lot over the past couple of years, it's always something that I'm thinking like, makes you think about playing in a campaign for long term, or like playing an RP server or something like that. Like I've had this dumb idea to maybe like roll a character on an RP guild or something like that in like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy or something like that. I don't know if I would enjoy it or be able to take it that seriously. Because like World of Warcraft RP and a lot of we're gonna try this again. MMORP can get a little bit weird, you know. It's a little bit strange sometimes. So, some examples of Discord studies, work in progress. You have to look at. Thanks. Absolutely, dude. I'll take a browse this weekend, see if I can provide some direction. Always lovely to be here and see your incredible work. Damn, bro. Thank you. It means a lot. Seriously. Your presence honors me, in the words of Decker Kane. I was introduced to D&D about 5 years ago, so the 4 characters I request from you are the only 4 characters I've ever played. Oh, really? No shit, okay. Damn, alright. Well, I mean... That's still not bad, playing 4 characters in, you know... 4 characters in 5 years, bro. That's pretty impressive. That's like a maybe a decade-long average D&D player's experience. Oh god, I miss running a campaign. You know, making me want to start another campaign soon. No, I can't. No, bad Evan. No starting D&D campaigns. No, okay, all right. The next time I say I want to start a D&D campaign, I need you guys to tell me no. Okay, cool. Thanks. Appreciate it. I know none of you are actually gonna do that, so... I don't have the time. I have to write campaigns, not play campaigns. Write campaigns, not play campaigns. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah. Guys, start with text RP like that, honestly, you just gotta be selective and careful because sometimes they do get a bit monka and weird. Coming from you, that's a lot. You're right. That's... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep playing D&D. Just try and find... you know... Just try and find more players or whatever. Because, I don't know, man. I've never had trouble finding players ever. And then for the first time in my life, this past year, my group, they had to stop playing because everybody got busy. Was the first time I'd ever found it difficult to find players. It was very, very startling for me. Very, very jarring experience. Me, someone who's never had a difficult time finding a player in the history of my entire D&D playing career, now unable to run a campaign. Like, what? So, maybe I'll start a new one, see if I can do a longer term campaign, you know? I'll play Firemaster. I definitely like to meet, like, people and play with them at least once or twice before I engage in a long-term campaign with them. So I appreciate it, but thanks, dog. To answer your question, yeah, I've usually been more than one campaign at a time. Okay, fair enough, you know. Text RP getting weird, never. Yeah, you know what I should do, Guapo? I should start playing on an RP guild on Star Wars The Old Republic. That's what I should do. That's what I should do, I think. And then I can make a YouTube series about it and get canceled, so. I can't find players for a long-term campaign? Yeah, why don't you fix your fucking time zone, Guapo, so we can play D&D together? Why don't you stop being so European? If you wouldn't mind, okay? Like, maybe instead of living in Europe, you move to the great country of Texas and, you know, and we play D&D out there. Huh? Did you ever think about that? Do you think how selfish it is that you live in Europe? Come on, man. I asked Thorkin to stop being so selfish and living in Eastern Canada. But he said no. And also get bent. So, you know, there's that. A great time playing my first VTM campaign. It's a lot. Wait, you're still playing it? Oh, I didn't realize you were still in the thick of your VTM game. Have you bought a pair of tiny red sunglasses yet? You do Red Dead RP and join the server. I can roleplay with Amelia. Wait. I mean, you can roleplay with Amelia Tyler with me. Wait, who the fuck is that? Oh, is that one of your characters? Or is that... Should I feel like... Is this something I should know? I feel like I should know something. I'm feeling guilty right now. This is an important character we talked about. Baldur's Gate 3 narrator. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's on your server? That's cool. That's kind of cool, man. Of course I know who that is. Okay. Yeah, as long as she tells me that something regards me, I'll be fine. That'll be all I need out of my D&D RPing or whatever. 4 campaigns, one every other Thursday, 2 interchanging on Fridays, 1 on Saturday. That's a lot. Holy shit. That's a lot. Amazing, and since it's VA20 Dark Ages, it feels kind of D&D-ish in setting. Interesting. I love that, man. I love that you're having fun playing a different system and just like getting after it. That's actually dope. Like, I meme on Vampire the Masquerade a lot because it's easy and it's funny, just like cleric players. But I actually really like the VTM community. I've never done a character for someone's VTM game, but I actually really like them. They're very passionate about what they do, you know? And they're not gatekeepy either, right? Like, if you want to play VTM, they're very welcoming. You know one of the best things about the VTM community is, and I could be wrong, maybe it's changed, but from my perspective, one of the best things about the VTM community is that they don't try and get you to play their game by telling you D&D is a bad game. They get you to play their game by saying how cool it is. And that's really rad. When a community's like positive and supportive of their game, it's way easier to get into than when they're, you know, telling you the entire reason you should play the game is because it's not D&D. It's like Pathfinder has that problem. And it's not Paizo's fault, it's the community's fault. It's the community's fault entirely, 100%. Paizo has done everything they can to make their game stand out and be just like a cool celebration of TTRPGs. The Pathfinder community, I find, is often resentful because it's the biggest, like, most obvious place to go if you don't like D&D. And so often I see Pathfinder players, and obviously not every Pathfinder player, but enough that it's damaging that you'll see them basically talk about the reason that you should play Pathfinder is because it's not D&D. And I think any new RPG really needs to have that, like, that pitch figured out on a community level. Like, what are we actually here for? Why should we play this game? And if the only reason is because you don't want to play the big thing or the whatever the popular game is, then that's kind of I think you're kind of screwed at that point in time. Nobody's gonna want to play your game long term. You know? Can I hear more about your Astral Knight class? Yeah, so the Astral Knight, I mean, if you want to read the base class, the beta is in Discord. But basically, so the Astral Knights and the Astral Sages are based off of they are the connection to the in-world sort of source of magic in my setting. So the way that magic kind of works in this way is that Astral Knights and Astral Sages, they use sort of a deep space celestial form of magic where they will pull the energies of raw magic of creation through the universe, and they will use that magic to then create and craft spells. Now, how is this different than a sorcerer or a wizard or anything like that? So in the world, all of the magic that is sort of understandable from the mortal realm, like the arcane, the holy, the divine, the fell, the undead, all this magic is shaped somehow and sort of projected out, and mortals use that somehow, right? But the Astral Sages, they use kind of like the current, the electrical force that is that unscented, unformed, unshaped, unflavored magic. So that's what they use. So it's very much like they can have, you know, access to the infinite powers of the universe, if not for their own ignorance, right? If they only knew how to use it, they could summon the forces of creation. But they're kind of like children playing in the sun, in the sandbox of the gods. So they use kind of basically like cool space magic. And that's a connection to the in-world kind of magic system. It's a class that is developed with the intent of you having a deep connection to the world. Think about like playing a Jedi or something like that, where it's like you can't really have a Jedi in D&D. Well, you could, but you'd have to have the Force. So like you can't really have an Astral Sage in D&D. You'd have to have this whole like magic system. So the Sage is a class developed to be able to play a character that is connected to the thing that is unique about magic within my own setting. That's what I developed it for. The Astral Knight is sort of a prestige elite version of that class. So the narrative behind them is that they are a group of I guess these Astral Sages, that they utilize the magic of the universe the same way. They pull magic from the stars and they use it for their spells. But they actually use a longsword, and they channel their magics through their longswords. They do a lot of melee-based weapon attacks that are spells. They have a couple of cool spells that aren't melee-based, like they can use something called Apogee Tether, where they can basically death grip an enemy over to them, so that you can like rip a guy, like kind of scorpion them over to you. Do things like that. Feel a little like kind of monk, a little paladin-y, a little monkey paladin-y, yeah, something like that. But they basically will narratively act as the guardians of the ancient rune sites that are connected to the creators of the setting, more or less, the Eldari. And the Astral Knights are a very intense, sort of like kind of special forces, elite group of individuals. And so making a class for them is very difficult, because having a level 1 Astral Knight doesn't really work, because they're kind of like, you don't really like get knighted by the order until you're kind of pretty proficient as a combatant. But obviously for a D&D class, you need to be able to start at level 1, so there's kind of some concessions made there. But the order is like very intense. They're all very, you know, disciplined and mission focused, and they're not completely humorless or whatever, but they are very, if you've ever been around very intense, high performing individuals and you're like, they just kind of have this aura of like, oh shit, that's the Astral Knights. So their whole mission to protect the orders of the world, to protect the Astral Sages, protect the ancient sort of dig sites and rune sites of Teleria, it's all kind of compounded with this idea of the ascension they have to go through. So the reason the Astral Knights are so intense and so like, you know, have a weird reputation as being these like really intense, weird kind of, you know, out there sort of dark like knights, is because they have to go through an ascension ritual basically to try and survive being able to channel the magic. So one thing Astral Sages will do is they'll basically take the magic of the universe and form it and then shoot it out and do something with it. They'll turn it into a healing spell, they'll turn it into a magic attack, whatever. But they never take the magic of the universe into them, because their physical forms could not handle it. You'd basically like burn up from the inside out. But the Astral Knights do that. So they carve these big runic kind of like tattoos on their usually their chest or their back, but it's a fairly large tattoo that when sort of finished, the tattoo will open you up to the universe, the energies of the universe. It's like drinking from a fire hose. And so when that happens, as part of your knighting kind of like training, you are basically put in a room, a meditation chamber with the other the other ascendants, the other kind of students that are trying to become knights here. And you're basically told to survive, because if you can kind of like contain that and like absorb it and like, you know, not burn up from the inside out, then you can use their powers. But most people who go through that ascension don't make it. So of like 1,000 astral sages, maybe 10 are selected to go through the night training. And of the the trainees, maybe 5 of them make it to the ascension. And of the trainees that make it to the ascension, maybe 1 of them survives. So it's very brutal. It's very intense. And a lot of people in the sage orders think the knights are barbaric and brutal, and how dare they you know, sacrifice these young souls, anyone from, you know, their adolescence to their early adulthood when they take their ascension. But the whole point of it, narratively, is that the Astral Knights are guarding a secret. They're guarding a secret that is so important to, and it's part of the class story, so I don't spoil it on stream for people who play the class, because there is sort of a class storyline. But their secret, and the reason why they are sort of like willing to sacrifice so much and to give up so much and to like be so intense and whatever, as you sort of uncover the secrets and the stories of the Astral Knight, you'll figure out why they do that. And so there's lots of people who question the knights, and they'll say, well, why do they're these elite fighters that use this like crazy space magic in their swords, which is like a taboo, and they do all these things that are dangerous, and half of them die and whatever. Why would we ever give our students to them only to have them come back as like burnt corpses? And those who are sort of in the know as to what the knights are all about and what they're doing and why they're necessary for the world, the sort of the masters of the orders, will basically say, no, we're willing to make this sacrifice. And so it's like, what kind of crazy secret, what kind of danger are they protecting, what kind of thing what darkness are they warding against that is considered to be so profoundly dangerous that they are willing to go to these levels and these extents to protect the world from it. So an Astral Knight player, playing an Astral Knight is typically like, you are kind of a person on a mission. You know, you have been given this ancient protective armor plate. You've trained from the day that you joined the order and their martial practices and their magical ways. You're a monk, you're a paladin, you're a fighter, you're an elite combatant. You're all these things wrapped up into a single sort of like, you know, vessel that is gifted this sword, this astral steel sword that is probably one of the most valuable sort of items on the entirety of Teleria, to go do a thing to protect and guard against that which would threaten the sage orders as well as the ancient rune sites of the world. So the Knight class plays really fun. It's got a lot of movement and a lot of like really weird mechanics in it. Like some of the mechanics for the Astral Knight will do things like positioning, you know, a lot of stuff that D&D doesn't like to do anymore, because old D&D, if you never played 3.5 or 4th edition, they had a lot of cool abilities. You know, like you jump in the air and like, you know, attack 3 dudes, and then you teleport somewhere else on the map and explode with like, you know, daggers or whatever. Like they had really cool abilities like that. They have nothing that is that interesting in 5th edition, because the current sort of method that Wizards of the Coast takes for D&D is to make sure that everything they do is balanced. So there's never a chance that like you'll get into like a situation where you're like, how does this work, oh mighty DM? The DM's kind of like, I don't know how this works. Shit, that's a head scratcher. They never want to put players in that position. But what they do to make sure that everything has like an explanation and makes sense in D&D is they kind of remove some of the soul of it, right? Old DMs used to sort of say like, you know, this ability, it seems like it could work this way in this situation, so sure, you can try it. Or like, yeah, I don't think you can quite do that today. I think fireballing the chandelier to blow it up to do this, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff, that doesn't quite work. That used to be the way D&D was made. So you had much more interesting class design and much more expressive sort of mechanics. And now it's very much like kind of just like move, attack, do this, end your turn. And everything needs to be really like kind of laid out very clearly how it's done. But in order to do that, you have to sort of remove kind of some of the teeth from it. So the Astral Knight is supposed to be a class that's very cool and very fun to use and has a lot of really interesting mechanics, like, you know, AoE melee attacks that give you shielding, gravity wells, things like that. So you're basically playing a Space Knight. you know, and that's the kind of the vibe of the Astral Knight. Now, the problem with the Astral Knight is that it's very narrow as far as like the class fantasy, but very deep. So most D&D classes now are made very wide, but very shallow. That's kind of the way that most classes work. You have the idea of a paladin, right? You can be a paladin of all sorts of different types. You can be a various different paladins of all sorts of like oaths and storylines and whatever. It's a very widespread class. But the problem is that when you make a class narratively very wide, you don't get a lot of depth out of it. You can't go very deep into one fantasy. An example would be something like, if you're familiar with like a Warhammer 40k, the Adeptus Custodes are a very narrow idea. They're all these intense super soldiers that guard the Emperor for tens of thousands of years. But in that storyline is very narrow, but it's very deep, right? So, that's like the modern D&D, the difference between modern D&D classes and old D&D classes. Old D&D classes were more specific, like you are a servant of your god and you go forth and bring justice to the world, and then you have a very deep story that you can go in with that. But now modern D&D, they want to give players more room. This isn't a bad choice necessarily, but it is something that does affect class design. So like the Astral Sage is a very wide class. The Astral Sage, anyone can be an Astral Sage, and you can have like a very kind of you know, diverse background and whatever you want as a sage. But a knight is a very narrow storyline narratively, but a very deep one that has a lot of like, I consider the knight more of a hero class. So some people don't really like it. When I say things about like how knights work or some of the restrictions on playing the class, obviously there's no narrative restriction that really matters. And I say this in the class design, that here's the way the class is intended to be played. But if you don't want to play the class like this, never sacrifice fun just to make it fit within the world. That's like something I really, really emphasize. But there are narrative sort of like ideas on how to play an Astral Knight that help add to their storyline. So like, for instance, one thing that people don't really like, well, not people, but some people have said they don't really like, is every Astral Knight uses their Astral Steel longsword. If you want to play a canonical Astral Knight, you do not use any other weapon. You use your Astral Steel longsword. And the reason for that is that they've practiced their martial art of using their longsword techniques, their manuals, their treatises on combat for thousands of years. They have mastered that blade. So if you're an Astral Knight, you literally wouldn't want to use any other weapon. But that's not the way D&D players work. A lot of D&D players are like, but I want to be the Astral Knight that uses an axe. And so it's like, okay, go have fun, you know, whatever. But the idea is that it's a very specific and narrow storyline that's very deep and has a lot of reward and payoff to it. But why would I develop that before the Astral Sage? Because if I'm developing a very narrow class that's not going to interest as many people, why would I develop that before the widespread class that can get people into it? And there's one reason, and the reason is Ella Blackwood. Because when my wife points her finger at something in my D&D game and says, I want to do that, that takes all of my attention. At the end of the day, everything I do in my D&D game comes back to trying to make a cool, fun adventure for my wife. So if Ella points her finger at the Astral Knight class and says I want to play that instead of the Sage first, that's what I would develop first. So that's why I did them out of order. I should have done the Sage first, and then the Knight being more restrictive and more specific and more of a hero class would feel like it'd make more sense. But the reason why I do the specific narrow hero class before the you know, the big wide open class is because, you know, she wanted to play an Astral Knight. So that was her first Astral Knight character was that's a paladin. Her first Astral Knight character was Charlotte. She played a couple years ago. So this is kind of the loose vibe of Astral Knights. This obviously was a very early concept art. So, but they always wear this plate armor on their appendages. They have their protective ward runes, so they dress very light, more like monks, and they have their longsword. Another feature of the Astral Knight is once you go through the Ascension ritual, it does strip your hair of color, and your eyes permanently glow this sort of like flickering blue. So their color palette is very much black and gray and dark and pale blue. But that's the Astral Knight class, and I'm hopefully going to finish it off and develop and finish the development, sort of initial development cycle this week, so I can have it ready for the convention. But yeah. It feels technically you can play a paladin or any paladin you want, right? It's very narrow like that. So Yesterday, one of my Dragonborn characters jumped off a balcony, almost dropped 60 feet. The rest of the party was worried, but I pulled you pulled Draconic Flight. Oh, is that a thing? I know Dragonborns can fly. So, hello, kitty. Thank you. I appreciate that. Love how much of a nerd you are at that specific topic. Well, I have to be a nerd in the topic of the world that I'm developing because it's kind of my entire jam right now. So you'd think that, I mean, if I'm gonna be an ultra nerd about anything, I would hope it would be the game setting that I'm developing. Right? You'd hope for it anyway. I don't know. The village vibe is cool too. I appreciate that. Yeah, I want them to have like in the Astronaut development. I have like some concept art for them that I'm trying to apply into the actual class. Oh, that's the art vault. Where's our development? But I need to continue doing concept art for them. These are sketches that I'm making of things for the actual like night class pages, like things to put in the actual like game formatted thing. But like various knights that I've drawn have mostly been characters for Ella. I like where's the concept art? Yeah, so I've done like a number of sort of concept art for pieces for them for various like, you know, clothing, tunics, whatever, because I want to create eventually a visual guide and a style guide on sort of how to make a knight, because they all to get a little art directory for a second as opposed to like illustratory. I'm trying to art direct players that are going to play the knight so they can play a canonical feeling Astral Knight without feeling restricted. So the silhouette and the style of the knights need to be almost exactly the same, but the details and nuances within that silhouette is where they express their uniqueness. So it's kind of difficult, but yeah, I really love doing like Astral Knight development days, and we've done a couple recently, but I've tried to take a bit of a breather from it so I can just like get some commissions done and chill out for a bit and like kind of reset my brain. But we'll probably get back into the deep development cycle after the convention this weekend. So also the knights being more restrictive and more narrow lets you give more curated experience to here is a mage, it can do mage things but space. Right, yeah, fair enough. And I like having the mixture of depth versus a wide net. And the knights though, the knights I won't compromise on. People will sometimes like give me feedback and like whine about how the knights shouldn't be that narrow or how they shouldn't be that specific, but narratively the knight is a narrative character, like I don't know, option or whatever in Eldara first and a class second. So I'm not going to ever compromise the storyline just to make it feel like a bit of a better class. I'm okay with it being an awkward or clunky kind of like character build process if it means that I never compromise what I want the Astral Knight to be within the game. So that's very important for me to not lose sight of what's important, I guess, in the long term. Say, how's your stream, dude? I was watching who's the character you're painting today? You've been painting recently, I guess. Cause I was chilling for a bit, but I'm always very impressed by when you're painting portraits or anything, bro. Lady Sexy, I really dig the eye patch. Yeah, thanks, dude. This is Mithril Fox's character that she requested over on Coffee. So we're doing a Red Dead cosplay fucking LARP as a D&D character. Because I can't tell the internet that I'm drawing a Red Dead character. If they knew I was doing anything other than fantasy, they'd riot. So we have to find like a gunslinger rogue type thing for the process video, because yeah, we can't tell them that I'm not doing a D&D character. That it's an RP character of a different variety. Just finished a sketch of the painting, but I've looked at it so long it looks insane, and taking a break to do digital art. There you go. Always give the mind a reset. New player said, I want to be a Jedi with a battle axe. I'd say that sounds badass, but like if the book said Jedis have lightsaber, that makes sense. Yeah, and I mean that's kind of the thing about the longsword is that it fits the vibe. What I think of it more than like the Jedi and lightsaber thing. I think really the more like, because people joke and meme about how they're just my Jedi because like I love Star Wars and like, you know, they're a sword wielding space wizard. So people are like, oh god, Evan's just making his own Jedi. And like, fair enough. The meme, I like whatever. I'm not concerned about the memes. But really, if I think about a comparison narratively for the Astral Knights, I really think they're more along the lines of Space Marines or Adeptus Custodes than they are along Jedi. So it'd be more like someone saying, like, I'm playing an Adeptus Custodi, and I'm not going to use the Custodi's pike thingy. I'm going to use a chainsaw with a flamethrower on it. It'd be like, well, you wouldn't want to, because you literally have the best weapon ever, you know? And the thing is, telling players how their character would feel in a situation is something that a lot of people don't like doing. But if you I think, create a narrative that a player wants to sort of tell a story within, then they don't mind, you know? It's like the paladins that all use hammers or whatever. You know, paladin, the justice-seeking whatever. So, I'm optimistic people will like it, but at the end of the day, if nobody likes the Astral Knight class, the Sage will be awesome, and people will hopefully like the Sage. If at the end of the day, no one wants to play an Astral Knight except for Ella Blackwood, then that's fine with me, because it was still worth making. It was still worth spending 150 hours over agonizing art and mechanics and everything to do with an Astral Knight. It was still worth it if Ella Blackwood wants to play it. If she decides that she wants to play something, because she very rarely makes requests for things like that, for me to develop something for her. She kind of just like plays whatever I have made that seems cool, and very rarely do I say like, here's an idea in the world, and she says, oh, I kind of want to play that. And when she does, I'm like, my ears perk up. I'm like, okay, yes, 100%. Okay, good. I'm doing it. That's like, that'll completely activate me, man. I'm zoned in. I'm ready. If Ella says she wants to play something, that's good enough for me, man. Gunslinger, rogue, villain. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Fox knows. Thanks for helping me sell the LARP, so the internet doesn't think that I've given up on D&D characters. It's totally an artificer with a Western aesthetic. Thank you. Yes, exactly, Sabine. Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna need everyone to comment how D&D the character looks in the comments on the videos. Oh God. What's up, Sabine? I haven't flipped the painting around the face the wall, so I can't look at it. Yeah, that's the full timeout for it. Sure, why not? Why not? She was decent. Had a bit of a headache today. I was painting Van Gilroy. Guillory from my book, and had an old version from 2016 that was terrifying to look at, and I showed it off the stream the other day. I had the urge to repaint it with my new skills. I love that. I love the idea of painting a specific character every couple of years. I revisited a couple of characters of Ella's characters. A couple of characters that were Ella's characters. There we go. I got there in the end. And I think I'm gonna do that every couple of years. I'm gonna revisit one character for Ella named Amelia Hearthwood, who is gonna be my baseline for whether or not I'm actually a good artist or not. And every like maybe 3 or 4 years, I'm gonna repaint Ella's character Amelia.
Hello, the Norwegian Buhund is today's entry.
What's up, Adaria?
Good boy.
All right, let's see. All right, challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. The Norwegian Buhund. That dog has too much neck and not enough leg. I mean, it's a good boy, I guess. I've seen better. All right, I've seen better. Just it's not a non-good boy, but I just have seen more dog than that. So I'm gonna give it like a 6.8, like a solid score, because it's a high meta, but it's a tough meta, man. Because the top is just like, you know, the top end is really hard to get there. But thanks for the 100 bits, Adaria. How's it going, man? What's up, dog? What's going on, man? I'll set my coffee comps for photo reproductions. I decided on a price, but I'm still not sure on it. If I might be too much, but whatever. You should look up Angora rabbits. I know Angora rabbits. I've seen Angora rabbits before. Yes, that's good. Say. I mean, it's not so. Figuring out your price as an artist, man, it's such a tough topic. And don't be. I almost assuredly guarantee that you haven't set a price that's too high. I almost guarantee. Every artist, I think, is always very scared to not get clients, and they're very scared to make a price point that they feel good working on. But if you feel good about your price point, you're going to put the work into it. That's why I increased my coffee sketch price point, because I realized the 3 hours I was putting, or the 2 hours I was putting in, average 2 hours I was putting into a coffee sketch, and then, you know, the stream, whatever, or the pre-sketch, so like maybe 3 hours total. The 3 hours wasn't satisfying, and the work I wanted to do was closer to 4, so I bumped the price up. So I'm satisfied with the work that I'm doing. I can charge a price point that I don't feel bad about, that I'm like getting like rolled on compared to other works or whatever. And it's awesome, and I'm really happy with and satisfied with the work that I've been doing, and I've made sure that all the pieces I've done for everybody have been reflective of that, you know, higher price point, even if they haven't paid the price point or whatever. It doesn't matter. So I wouldn't worry about it. Make sure that the price point and the work that you're doing, you're satisfied with and you're proud of and you're happy about. And then if people decide it's worth it, then they'll jump onto it. And if not, then make sure you have other work to do. Like if I open I'm gonna have to reopen my coffee sketches, even though I'm not caught up completely, and just stay there for later, because I have the convention this weekend and I want to be accessible for the convention. And I want people being like, hey, I want you to do a D&D character for me. And I'm like, here, go follow this coffee page. And when I open up things in a who knows amount of time, then you might get a thing. But if I open up my shit and I don't get a single request for the next month, I'm like, cool, I got like big commissions to do and prints to make and things like that. So definitely make sure that you always have other work too that you can work on, that you don't feel like you only have one kind of venue of doing your work as an artist, and then set whatever price point you want that'll make you feel confident. I'm opening up my VGen commissions, by the way, and they're going to cost almost $300. And I never expect anyone to ever buy a VGen commission. But I've ensured that price will be that com price will be reflective of the work that I'll put in, and I want to make sure I'm happy with that, and I don't feel like I'm getting rolled by it or whatever. So be doing, my fingers hurt, but I'm getting a bunch of fiber disconnected. So it's nice to have progress. Are you just like dismantling an entire fucking server or some shit single-handedly? Because those little clippies, oh god. Why do I hear jets? God damn it. Very close to where I live, there's a G7 summit happening soon. And so there's been fucking helicopters and fighter jets and motorcades and everything in the city, close to where I live, out in the country. Dude, it's been unreasonable. I have to like close my window 3 times a stream because I hear sirens or like fucking jet engines or whatever. Can I get dice from ArtCon tomorrow? You gonna get some dice from Ella? Let's go, dude. Right on. Actually raised them from what I initially asked you if it was too much. Oh, really? Okay, fuck yeah. Let's go. Make a QR code for your coffee so people can scan it at the convention. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll make a QR code for my link tree. Like my link tree has all of those on it, so I'll have a QR code for that. I have a business card that has a QR code on the links to my link tree as well. So yeah, that's way easier. Excuse me. Like people on VGen that charge that much and they get clients. Yeah, for real, right? So. But they're also like part of it is marketing, if they're like it's easier for them if they're a person with 300,000 Twitter followers to charge a certain com price because it's like worth their time or whatever, and they're in demand. That's like to be honest, I've been thinking about this a lot recently. I've had a couple of artists ask me for whatever reason, and I'm honored to be able to help people with this because this is a really important topic about basically running your art as a business, and so many artists just don't want to think about it. But I think the marketing aspect of and people think they need to like sit there and charge $20 for a 3 or 4 hour commission because they won't get any clients otherwise. It's like, well, this isn't an issue of you charging too much, it's just an issue of marketing, bro. Like it's an issue of people not knowing who the fuck you are, and then you can't support that kind of price point, and then you're screwed, and then you're upset and you're mad, and nobody wants to commission you because they don't know who you are. And there's just like so many things that like, yeah, I mean, if I was a bigger artist, then the VGen thing wouldn't seem so unreasonable, but that's an issue of marketing. So we'll see if I've marketed well enough, I guess, to be able to charge that on VGen. Which GPU servers for AI clusters. Each cluster is 8 network cabinets with 142 fiber connections in each cabinet We're connecting 2 of the clusters together to make a super cluster, and then it requires us to pull half the connections out of every cabinet. That is awful. And you should get a tool made for that so that you don't have to deal with that shit. It's the US Americans that come to make the 51st state. Oh, really? Well, thank God, because I'm sick and tired of having to pay for fucking shipping to the US and have to put the Made in Canada stickers. So I've decided that my joke about how I want America to invade us and make us bonus America, it wasn't funny for like a couple of months, but I think it's funny again now. So I'm going to start making that joke again and risk getting canceled for it because it's my favorite joke. Yeah, well, there's gonna be a lot of world leaders and stuff close by, so I guess they're doing safety protocols and shit or whatever. Come bug you about free run art and get some dice from Ella. You bug me about free run art, Nick, you might not have a chat to return back to. Holy fuck, you coming to ArtCon? That's awesome, dude. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Let's go, dude. ArtCon's gonna be sick. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. First-Make pros say that cheap clients often tend to be absolute nightmares. Should I go mask off for a minute? Should I reveal my true power to you guys? Should I reveal my dark side? Should I say what should I say the true thing? The true advice? And risk being told I'm an asshole? Should I say the thing that will get artists mad at me? God. I don't talk about a lot of like business stuff on stream because I think that it's like one, cringe and nobody cares. But okay. Okay. All right. I'll say it. Let me preface this by saying this is my experience. Every artist is going to be different. The clients you have are going to be different, but here is what I have learned. Yes. So, the Venn diagram of clients who are concerned with budget, like really concerned with budget and like or have a difficult time affording the art. So we're just gonna say and obviously, like, listen, art is a luxury, and I'm not saying like trying to be like, oh, if you're too broke to do whatever, but let's just like people who are very concerned about the budget, which is totally reasonable, but budget concerned. And then the Venn diagram of nightmare clients. In my experience, and this isn't everybody, it looks like this. It's almost just one fucking circle. Okay. The more somebody complains about or talks about or debates about the price, usually the worse they are to work with. Okay? In my opinion, what this is because of either if somebody values what you're doing and they're reverent of the work that you're going to provide them and they're respectful of the time and effort and all these things, they're going to be easier to work with because they're going to give you more leeway, freedom, whatever it is, because they trust you more. Okay? This isn't about not being able to afford shit and calling people poor and whatever, and I only want to work with you know, wealthy clients and whales and shit. It's not what this is about. It's just a Venn diagram that I've noticed. One way that you can, if you want to create a filter for clients to make sure you're not getting clients that are overly concerned with budget, one of the best things you can do is to have no commission sheet, no comm sheet. In my experience, the kind of person who is willing to talk to you about a project and say, hey, here's what I want, what can we do, what's my options here, what are your price points for this, that kind of person is usually infinitely better to work with than somebody who says, hey, I've seen the menu of what you provide and I want this, 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 and this, and this. They go down the list. Okay. This, by the way, does not include coffee sketches and things like that. Coffee are request based. This is big formal commissions. So one of the ways that you can position yourself as an artist, I think, is to have a very, very lean offering for people. And so I really dislike when I see commission sheets that are like, there's like 18 different options here, and you can have like line, you can have like line with like blocked color, you can have like blocked color and shade, you can have blocked color, shade, and rendered, you can have blocked color, shade, rendered background. When the more you create a menu of your artwork, the more you commodify your artwork. The commodification of your artwork leads you to be more or less market resilient and less specialized and more generalized. And when you become more generalized, you are fighting and you are competing with the Fiverr artists, as well as, if you want to ward against AI, make sure your art is something that people seek out specifically, as opposed to a menu of price point versus quality versus what's the cheapest art I can get for what's the best quality of art I can get for the cheapest. When somebody is shopping commission sheets, that's what they're looking for generally. Okay. And so I have found in my experience, removing a commission sheet and somebody has to say to me, hey, Evan, I value your work, I want you to do this character for me, that almost completely removes every bad client experience I've ever had. I never have problems with my clients ever. By the time somebody is willing to send me a message and say, hey, I want a character done for you, what's this going to cost? What are we looking at here? What are our options? At that point in time, I've almost guaranteed they're going to be a good client. And the problem is that when you say things like this, like don't maintain a commission sheet and whatever and all this kind of stuff, or like the clients that aren't budget concerned are going to be the better clients, whatever, that kind of thing. People think that you're trying to discriminate against people that can't afford you, as opposed to valuing your art in a certain way. The other thing to avoid bad clients is always be willing to walk away and fire your clients. I've never taken a commission that I wasn't, like, in the last couple of years as a D&D character, whatever thing, that I haven't been at least willing to fire my client over. That's very important to do. So the reason why I say this is a bit of a mask off moment is because this is not the way artists usually work. This is not the standard thing artists tell you to do. If you are working at the high end, though, if you're an artist that's like a big boy illustrator working for like big IPs and Wizards of the Coast and all these type of things, I've never seen an artist that is at the high end operate with a commission sheet, because how can you operate with a commission sheet if every project is different? That's the way I treat my art. And when I started treating my art like that, my clients, the quality just went through the roof. I never have a problem ever with my clients. They're the most lovely, wonderful people to work for ever. I was very concerned that coffee would be a exercise in patience or whatever, that I would get people that I'm not necessarily willing to accept as my clients. And almost every single project I've gotten from coffee has been lovely people. So I think that maybe some of that, like the artistic style and stuff, carries over, and people see what they want, they know what I want, and they're going to get that, as opposed to people that are shopping around for like price and whatnot. So no, I think that's absolutely reasonable. I think it's absolutely reasonable to say that. You know, as far as you know, the budget friendly projects are the ones with that attract the most nightmare clients. And it sucks, but it is because it sucks, especially because it's a phase that you have to go through. You know, you have to go through a place where you're willing to accept as many budget clients as you want, and that's the point where you have to really ward. Yeah. And ask them what their budget is. Well, I don't necessarily ask them what a budget they want to throw at a piece, unless the only time I'll ask them what their budget is if they're talking like a big substantial painting. If it's just a character design, usually I have like a set thing here and it's a set price. But it's more like, hey, I want a painting that's like this big fucking thing. Then we're talking about like what kind of budget we're working with. But for the most part, it's a set in stone price point. I just keep it behind a DM, and that dissuades almost every bad client I've ever had. So. How do you make a VGen or coffee up for calm? What do you mean by that? Like how do you create a account for it or what? Yeah. Many artists kind of work themselves to death when they do every single request without saying yes or no depending on the work. Fair enough, true, yeah. And so, I mean, it's yeah. I also think that the more that you put into your work, as far as like having a unique style or a unique sort of like something that's a quality of your work that makes your work interesting to people, that they want your specific work as opposed to just like art of their character, the better you're going to have a time with your clients, because they're going to know what to expect from you, and then you don't need to necessarily convince them for it. So there's a lot of things I won't do. If there's something that I don't have examples for, people don't like necessarily know me for it, I just like won't do it. Like the anthro stuff, I just don't do anthro sketches because people don't have a good idea of what they want, and sometimes their idea of like sort of what they think they should get out of it isn't necessarily the way that I would like translate my skills into an anthro character. And so to avoid that problem, those clients altogether, I just say no, all like just straight up. I just don't do anthro commissions, you know, because of that. Think about people not wanting to hear the advice that don't like it is true, at least because I despise your advice, but that's how I know I need to hear it. Yeah, you think so? All right, well, there you go. There you go. I'm glad that my despicable advice is useful. I say the more responsible individuals and companies usually have their own price point in mind before contact, as long as you're close to that. The reason people won't be haggling. Yeah, if somebody ever tries to haggle with me, I immediately just say no. The price point is set, and if somebody tries to like negotiate a price, like a lower price or whatever, the thing is, there's actually kind of a dangerous statement. The dangerous statement is it never hurts to ask. It absolutely hurts to ask. Yes, if somebody asks me for a discount, immediately I'm dropping them as a client, because they're not valuing the product. They're trying to get the best price for whatever, and they're commodifying the piece then. And they're shopping around. At that point in time, they've made it clear they don't want art from me. They want art, and they're willing to hire me. And I don't want to work for people that are willing to hire me. I want people that want to work for people who want to hire me. And if you market yourself well enough and enough people know you, then you have a big enough pool of people who want you to work with you, as opposed to people who are willing to work with you. And if you can get from the point of working with people who are willing to people who want to work with you, your life changes. And this isn't like a weird power thing where you have to like appease me and like earn my favor, so I'll do a commission for you. No, but it's just like do you want a character from me because you value this specific style and this specific kind of design and what I do, or are you just hoping that I fit into your thing, your mold enough because I'm the most affordable artist that you can, you know, get at the time or whatever. And then yeah. And so for coffee requests, I made it sort of like that's why I do them request style. So it's like I don't do a formal commission for coffee requests. It's you're kind of like putting some faith and trust in me, and I really hope that every person who's put, you know, from Sabine to Brooklyn to Dark to whoever, I really hope that they feel like the trust they put in me with their character is well met. And as far as I know from them and their feedback, yeah, it seems like they're happy with it. So that's an honor for me to be able to deliver on the trust they've put into me, because I know they're putting a lot of trust in me when they say, hey, here's the request, and I'm not going to do revisions and approvals and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to see what you got, Evan. And so at the other side of that is, if you're going to sort of like take on that kind of that mantle of like, I want to work with people who are sort of like respectful or like want to work with me, then you have to deliver for them, man. You have to give them your absolute best every single time, so that they're getting it, you know. Also, you double or triple your anthropomorphic costs. That's, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, like what would work, or what would work by pricing? Bust $30. I don't know how to type this out. Oh, your pricing. That the problem is that I would very much suggest that you find about now, never work hourly. Hourly rates are really dog shit. But if you're starting out and you don't have a established market value for your product and what you do, then make sure your hourly rate is something you're happy with. And you do this in some ways by ensuring that you have other ways to work hourly as an artist that you feel confident in. So for me, if I'm going to make a print of a character and I know I'll sell 10 prints of that character, I might make $200 off of it. So I'm never going to do a commission for less than $200, right? And if I never get a commission for $200, then I'll just make prints until the cows come home, and I'll just be happy with that, right? So so that's like a good way of doing it. So for you and your skill level and where you're at, you also might need to price lower if you're not quite at the point where people are, you know, wanting to commission you, right? And that sucks, but that's also partly the drive to improve and to become unique in what you're doing and to deliver something in your art that people are like, I can only get this thing from Danny. And she's the only person I can get it from. So I'm going to make sure that I, value that more. But again, this is business shit that artists don't want to talk about, because a lot of artists find it very unpalatable when you talk about trying to make sure that you can survive as an artist, and what has to go into that. But I think it's super necessary, because like at the end of the day, the amount of artists I see on Twitter that are like, there's an artist, Ashley's going to know who this is maybe, so I don't want to be too specific, but there's an artist that I know that I saw talking about basically hard times, going through a really hard time. Recently, like very recently. And I also know what she charges. And I'm like, I'm not saying these are connected, but one can make the other very, like, a lot better and alleviate the pain. And the problem is that there's just this idea of like, well, I need to like make it for the love and passion of it. And I can't, I can't overcharge people. People can't pay for whatever. And at the end of the day, it's like, then enjoy your hobby. But if you want to make your art a career, you have to be able to perform at the level where you can make it a business, and then also treat it like a business. And treating it like a business does not mean like businessy shit where you don't value. Treating it like a business means you value your clients intensely, and you take your projects very seriously, and you conduct yourself like a professional. It doesn't mean trying to like rip people off and trying to get as much money as you can. Because sometimes when artists think about like art as a business, they think like the video game companies that just like, are just money focused. But the problem is like, you have to not be money focused, but you have to be money conscious, because if you can't pay to live, then you can't make art. And if you're not happy and comfortable and you can't like do your work at the highest level that you can sort of perform at, you're not going to do good work. And so if you want to elevate yourself as an artist creatively, then you have to make sure that you can fucking eat, and if you're taking care of people and you have responsibilities, you have to make sure those are taken care of as well. But you can do that a lot easier if you think about this whole thing from a business standpoint. And so if you're running, it's like a lot of artists don't like marketing. They don't want to post videos. They don't want to take process video or process shots. They don't want to post on Twitter. They don't want to play the social media game. I didn't want to for years. I didn't start doing that until literally this year. And so I'm criticizing my own self here in this experience. The problem is that if you have a business, how much do you spend on marketing? How much money do you spend on marketing? We talked about this the other day for video games. 30 to 40%, maybe more. Let's just say 30% is a good starting point. Well, if you don't have people to pay, and you can't pay like a team of developers and then a team of marketers, and you can pay the marketers 30%, the only resource you have to throw around is your time instead of money, then 30% of your time should be going towards marketing. If you're making your art accessible for people. So whether that's fan art that you do to get your name out there, whether that's process videos or streaming or whatever, I don't know. It's different for every artist and what you want and your goals. But it's very important, I think, to make sure that you are able to get people to see your work so that you can find the people that want to work with you, so that you can stop working with people who are only willing to work with you. And that gives you the courage to be able to walk away from bad clients and to find better clients, and that's how it works, man. That's how you get there. And it's awesome when it starts working and feeling like you're getting some sort of like feedback and process and positive reinforcement out of it. And then you get clients that are really lovely to work with because they know what they want out of your work, and you're happy and they're happy, and you're doing work that's like fulfilling for you. And then you're working with people who value your stuff and can sort of compensate you for that. And that's how it's done, man. You can build a career in fucking 3 months if you want to. It's that simple. It's not easy, but it's that simple. But all right, enough art business talk. Sorry. I refuse to draw furries during Pride Month, not clickbait. Yeah. The thing is, Ashley, I will absolutely draw the furries. The furries just can't afford me. So, every two I'm friends with usually insist on paying more, so tipping out the asking price. Yeah, probably not with me. Probably not with me. But fair enough, the professional ones absolutely do. Just give Necromancer a better portrait. I mean, you can only give someone the best work you can give them at the time, and just trying your best with every piece. And,
well, hello there. What we doing today?
What's up, Senix? How you doing, bro? Thanks for 100 bits, man. Appreciate that. We're just doing some art talk. And then drawing some gunslinger rogue villains. That's right. Eye patched Scar, cool gunslinger rogue villains for Mithril Fox's D&D campaign. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Not a Red Dead character, in fact. A full-on D&D character. And there you go. That's the way it's done, I guess, you know? That's How you doing, Cedix? What's up, dude? Submitted a custom art opportunity to an auction that's a week or two. I don't know if people will care. I submitted some samples of my work, but do people think they're good and willing to pay? Maybe. I mean, I guess you'll find out. That's awesome. That's a cool little thing to do. That's like that is dangerous, though. I will say it is dangerous to sort of like, it's cool and it might be good for growth and whatnot. It's always very nice to do, is like, you know, obviously if it's an auction for a charity type thing or whatever. It is very dangerous to be willing to work for clients sort of like sight unseen. I did that once and I regretted it. I had a streamer friend of mine, and this isn't her fault. This isn't, but Mendari did a giveaway for a character sketch, and it was a lovely idea. And she did a character sketch giveaway. Basically, she was like, hey, can I buy a commission and then give it away on my stream? And I was like, sure, that's fucking cool. Absolutely. And it was for their D&D campaign for Party Foul. And the client I worked with was fine, but it could have gone a lot worse, and it wasn't the best project. So I was like, ooh, I am never working for a client that I don't accept ever again, you know? Unless it's a character request. Like, I'll do character request giveaways maybe in the future. But a commission where there's like revisions and that whole like expectation of process, I would be very careful if like how you word the terms of what you're willing to do for people for that, because you might get stuck with a nightmare client. So living the village so far. Great hat. Oh, thanks, Poet. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like her. I'm glad you like her, dude. I was creating the best villain, an information network. Yeah. The information broker. Miss Green over there. Are you gonna be streaming more Red Dead anytime soon, or are you just going on the server and playing and jamming? Because you were getting in there, man. You were streaming a lot for a couple weeks there. It was awesome. I don't know if that was just for like a specific event or whatever, or if that was like something you're gonna get back to whenever you get back to Red Dead. No pressure or anything. I'm just more wondering. Rare Mandari mention. Yeah, I really miss doing stuff with Faye, like D&D shit and whatnot. We used to like hang out on stream together and stuff and talk shit and whatever. But she used to. It was a lot easier when she would stream in the evening and I would stream in the morning, which is the way it used to work. Like way back in the day when her and I would like when we first started streaming. She's been streaming a little longer than I have, about a year or so. By this point, I probably have more hours than her. But not a competition, man. Come on, Bad Evan. It's not a competition to see who can be a more degenerate hour streamer. Even though I think she's still a bigger streamer than me. But yeah, she'd stream in the morning or in the evenings, and I stream in the morning. So I'd chill and talk shit with her in her chat in the evenings, whatever. She'd come into my chat and chill and hop on stream and whatnot. It was awesome. I love Faye. She's a phenomenal human being and a dear friend who I wish I could talk to more. But I'm also very big, like, I am a challenge to be friends with, dude. I am a challenge. I go into the tank for months, if not years at a time. And people just kind of have to be like, all right, well, I guess we'll see Evan in 2027. You know, so I know I'm a challenge to be friends with. That's why I like don't try very hard to like reach out and stuff and like make a lot of friends, because I know I'm gonna have to like go into the tank. It's like joining a World of Warcraft guild. You know, you're gonna have to leave at the end of the summer. I don't want people to have to tolerate my bullshit and try and like send me messages just to see if I'm alive and shit like that. So, you know, she didn't sell information, just collects it and advises people who pay her for advice. I see. I'm super burnt out. I'll be streaming Red Dead again soon. Let's go, man. That's what I like to hear. Return to the Mithril Fox. I'm eager. The quiet type of friend, I forget to chat to others because I always think I'm bothering others. Oh no. Never think you're bothering a friend. There's nothing more delightful than to be honored with the presence of a friend. Danny, I'm sure your friends wish that they... The problem is a lot of people are like that, but they'll be friends with somebody like that, and the two people just never message each other because they're always afraid of they're bothering each other. You want to know in my experience, the one way to make sure that you are not bothering a friend, if you want to send them a message, don't ask them for anything. That's a great way to know you're never bothering a friend. You know, and I mean, like make sure that they can see your message and not have to like respond to it in some way where they have to invest some energy. You know, just like checking them on them, sending them a funny meme, talking about a cool thing. Bro, did you see this dumb thing the other day? It was so fucking cool. You know? Come on, man. Your friends want you to message them. I've never messaged a friend, I think, ever, and had them be like, oh, such a bother. You know? It's all in your head. All in your head. I even messaged a friend. I sent her a message every day for a week because she was going through some shit, and I was like, I'm gonna send you a fucking this. If you ever have a friend who's going through something, send them a message every single day and tell them it's a no obligation message to respond. Send them a DM, a meme, a message, a good morning text, whatever, and tell them that they don't ever have to respond. There's no obligation to it. You're still gonna send them that message every single day. That's something somebody did for me once, and I was like, what a lovely thing to do for people you love. People want to hear from you. They want you to message them. They want you to reach out to them. They are delighted when they see that little portrait of your little portrait on Discord lighting up on their inbox. If there's not an ask behind that where you're like, hey, can you do this thing for me, bro? I promise you, they're eagerly anticipating that little pop-up one, you know, fucking DM request in there, or it's not DM request, but you did it to me. Honestly, helped me with a lot with what was going on. Yeah, bro. I mean, I'd do it anytime. You're going through it, man. What's up, Salesian? Good to see you. You always give your friends a chance to, because what it does, when you message your friend like that every single day, it gives them an opportunity for one to know that if they want to talk, that they can respond to your message and be like, hey man, you know, today was a bit rough or whatever. Or they can just see like that you sent them a silly meme and they can chuckle and exhale from their nose abruptly and then move on with their day. If there's no obligation to respond or whatever, then it's totally like, it's just about presence, I think, you know? And presence is important, I think, with friends. Sometimes when we're going through it, just simply having people be like, hey man, good to see you. See you tomorrow. That can do a lot for friends, for people. No, it'll begin to meme spam Evan. Hey, listen. I'm ready. When send messages that when my friend doesn't respond immediately, I edit it by deleting it and replacing it with a smiley face. Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. The worst part is I've seen that happen. Not from you, Guapo, but from other people. I once got this like big long message from another streamer, and they like had this problem with this thing that I was doing, and I was like, ugh, I don't know how to respond to this right now. I'll figure it out tomorrow. And I marked the message unread. The next day I went to respond to it, and it was just like some like funny meme. It said message edited. I was like, I see you. Right? Yeah, man, message your friends. They want to hear from you. Don't feel like you're bothering people. You're never a bother. Your friends love you for a reason. I'm gonna change your hair a little bit here to pull in around the cap. Just a smidge more. Just a smidge. We'll see if it works. Or actually draw the stupid hat, man. Just want to like blend in with the hat a little better. We'll see if it works. We'll see if I can be a good enough artist to make it work. That, or I should give up my art career forever and go, ah, shit. and go draw gotcha game fan art for DeviantArt clients. Hey man, it's not a bad life. Ain't a bad living. Close friends like that, my family will get mad at them if they don't message me. Yeah, that's nice, man. It's nice to have close friends like that. You got friends like that, you should cherish them. 100%. Alright. There's something about drawing poofy braids that I just enjoy. Oh shit, I was gonna draw her features for it first. Damn it. Damn it. I was so good at drawing her eyes first. Eye-ish. One eye. But I was gonna draw her features first because in the process videos, it always looks better to have the features done first. Damn it. You'd think I'd remember. I made such a big deal about it the last character I did, so. Fuck, man. Bro, I'm the worst artist I know. And you've seen who I follow on Twitter. That's a bar on the floor. Holy. Bro, I'm the worst artist I know. And my Blue Sky account. You've seen the follows I have there, so. You know the artist that I follow on Blue Sky. That's the true meme. Because I don't follow anyone in Blue Sky. I'm like Eminem. I follow none. I'm a trendsetter. I'm that guy. Who thinks he's too good to follow anyone. Pretty, I'm gonna cry. I'm glad you like her, Fox. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Glad you're enjoying the process. Happy client, happy Evan. I'll make sure she's all dark and broody, mysterious for you. You're just not that deep. People let little things get out of control, make them embittered. Like, can you believe it's been almost 2 years since we visited you? Right? Can you believe you guys haven't come to see me? Come to fly across the world to my country to see me in 2 years? God. That was the last time Sir Cobalt was in my chat too. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Alright, relax. There'll be no Sir Cobalt slander here. Thorkin Slide, on the other hand. Let's lay into that nerd, man. Are you kidding? You know the rules. If a mod isn't here, you can talk shit about them. Friends work best when you let them organically grow, recede, and change over time. Spoken like a true world-traveling nomad, Kloppo. I like that. I like that. Looking like a man of the world. Wait till I'm well known enough in your chat to receive slander? Ooh, well. The thing is, if you do, you'll never know because you'll have to not be here to receive it. So that's the way it works, unfortunately. Not the worst artist I've seen worse? Oh shit, okay, cool. Okay, alright, nice. Let's go. Appreciate it. What's up, Avail? Good to see you, homie. A big flaw with me with friendships is that I'm not really capable of registering friendship decay. So sometimes I disappear when I have shit going on or need to self-isolate or something and come back and hope that it's still that they still consider me a friend. Yeah. I mean, the problem is you need to work for them sometimes, right? Like that there's sort of two sides of that. There's the side of like, yeah, you'd hope that people can like be okay with you like going off into the tank for a little while if you need to. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, people sometimes need to just see some like sign of life from you once in a while. It's really hard to manage and figure out what the balance is, you know? To ensure that people still feel like loved and thought about and whatnot without you feeling like you need to like message them every fucking weekend or whatever. So I'll show up less. Yeah, okay, that's how you that's how you get slandered, right? No, but you need to show up more so that then you show up. Yeah, damn it, it's confusing. I did do the eye at least. That's one thing that I did get sort of right there, Salesians. I got one. I just want to do her full features first before I start doing like hats and hairs and shit and whatever. So, God, so annoying, man. Super fair to not expect it to be like the same, but I do try and get better with signs of life and existence. Yeah, man. Oh, that's hard. I get it. That's tough. Most people, you can not talk to me for 2 years and see me the other day. I'll be like, we spoke yesterday. That's really nice. That's awesome. Alright, she's got her dope-ass face scars we need to make sure we get right here. Why wait for slander? Just ask people to roast you? Oh, okay. The problem is people want to be roasted, man, but then you roast them and they're like, damn, bro, too far. So, I don't know, man. The last time I roasted anybody in chat really hard was when we did the setup roasts. And I talked shit about your art and gaming setups. And only one person got so offended they stopped coming to stream. Only one person got so butthurt and mad they stopped showing up. So it's pretty good, I think, you know? Pretty good. If you ask me. Whoops. I forgot how to art for a second there. Okay. Fox did say that she has very dark makeup on, so we'll give her very dark lips. Very dark, smoky eyes to compliment. She's in her goth girl phase, okay? Honestly, we're terrible at roasting. Sometimes a rando will get me good, and I'm like, you did that on this forever? Damn, bro. Right? Right? Yeah, it's like me checking YouTube comments now. What terrible thing am I gonna have to hear myself?
How's the law doing so far? Published any new articles? If not, why? And if you say yes and I look it up, will it turn out to be a lie?
I'm being grilled so hard. No, I've been writing on the Shattered Sea article, so I finished, I think, 4 last weekend, which was awesome. But the reason why I'm not publishing them is the same reason that I haven't published anything for the past couple of while, because I'm trying to make sure that the Shattered Sea article is really good when it comes out. So, same shit, man. Mary, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Yeah, I wanted to have everything done by GameCon next weekend for the major World Anvil sort of piece, but I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be. That was my goal, is to have the adventure beta and the World Anvil ready and formatted for next weekend. But I think I have to let go of that a little bit. I don't think it's going to be doable. Not if I don't want my heart to fucking explode. That's like probably a good thing to avoid, you know? Need some World Anvil streams? I will never ever write on stream. You will never catch me doing a World Anvil stream where I'm just writing. Absolutely no shot. Not a chance in hell. Are you kidding, man? Nope. I'm not gonna just write quietly for, you know, 3 hours or whatever, just silently chattering away at my keyboard. If I can't be like able to read chat and stuff, what's the point in streaming? You know? If I'm gonna be focused on writing and not like able to talk or read or whatever, like I can chat and like just chill out while I'm doing art and rendering and stuff. All the hard part of this stuff was done before stream anyway. So that's why I do it before stream, is so I can actually like chill out and stream. You know? You should do summer camp, Evan. What month is summer camp this year? Because I'm not going to commit to that, because last year I did it and I forgot to upload it. So I'm certainly not going to do fucking summer camp again and then finish everything and then just forget to upload it. That is absolutely not going to be something I promise to do again, because I felt like a fucking idiot after that. I feel like an absolute moron. It's July. Okay. July every year. I wasn't sure if it was July or August. It was the main one there. Let's do fill 60 here. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, God, I was like, I'll upload it all at the end, because I hate uploading World Anvil articles. It's like super annoying to have to fucking, I don't know, it's like posting your work, you know? Like I'll finish work and forget to post it. It's the worst part. The worst part about art for me is having to post it and format it. The worst part about writing is having to remember to post a World Anvil article, not just leave it in a fucking Google Doc forever. Well, I need a person that I can hire to do it for me. So last month I was like, I'll just do it all at once at the end. Definitely didn't. Felt dumb because of it. So definitely don't want to sign up for that shit again. I do some co-working sessions. We have silent work time with music, 15 minutes and 5-minute breaks. My chat actually really likes it. I get some writing done. That's all right. I mean, I definitely worked for some streamers. I don't think it worked for me. So you just click public and publish in World Anvil 11 and we'll find it. No worries. No, the problem is that it's not about that. It's about actually remembering to, like, you know, title and format and then block and then, you know, paragraphs and headers, and like writing a block of text is very easy for me. But when I have to spend 30 minutes like formatting it so it's actually like a well-flowing World Anvil article, that for me is just like, it's like saving files as a Photoshop thing. I'm just like, oh God, okay. And like, it's not like it's too complicated. It's just the last step that I just never want to do, you know? It's like the annoying part for me. So it's the same reason why, like, Atari asked for where the Abyssal Skulker art was, and I'm like, I don't fucking know. I just never published it, or never posted it. It's like, how could you just not post a piece of artwork, Evan? Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? That's fucking crazy. So I have been very diligent about formatting and making sure that the Shattered Sea article is really good. I'm hoping people like the Shattered Sea article, because it's like probably my biggest narrative lore work that I've ever been done, and it's really, really big. And I'm trying really hard to make sure it's good and satisfying to read. And yeah, I know it's gonna be first impressions for a lot of people, as far as like Eldara and me as a creator and shit like that. So how do you decide which aspects of Eldara you're going to make art for, and what doesn't need it? Oh, man, that's a question. So there's a couple things that will demand my attention, Legion. If Ella says she wants something, I'll make art for it. She's the only person basically that can point her finger at something and just like apparate the art there. For me, I try and like follow flow and inspiration a little bit more. If I'm playing my D&D game, that'll definitely help. Like my players will say, hey, this is a cool thing, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll make some art for it. If you guys say there's something cool that you want to see develop more, then I'll make art for it as well, like usually. But to be very honest, the thing that kind of dictates it is right now the product that I'm trying to build. So like there's lots of stuff that I want to do for Eldara, lots of like character options, player options, things like that. But if it doesn't have to do with Horizon and the adventure, I don't have time to do it. Which is why I'm thinking about seriously building that what's it called? Sponsorship tier into Patreon or something. Because it's been really cool when people have said, basically, Evan, I want to commission you to do this art thing in Eldara. That's been unreal. The like the 4 or 5 times it's happened in the last like 6 months, every time I have so much fun with that, because I get to do a piece of work for Eldara that I get to use for the future, and it's like this cool thing. But at the same time, it's also like, you know, I can take that time from a commission. So, and then work on stream too, and it's a lot of fun. So right now is not a great sort of like process for it. Honestly, when I'm done with Horizon, it'll be a little more like it was in the past, where I was just kind of like, I just like sort of follow the whim, and we do one thing here, or move to a different place, do some Nyathar housing design, and then do some class design for paladins, and then do some magic items, and it was much more free flowing and less focused. But I think that I'm glad I got to like focus up for about a year or so and like work on just the Shattered Sea and Horizon. But after the Horizon adventure comes out, before the next adventure like Kickstarter happens and whatnot, I'm just gonna draw dumb shit, whatever I feel like, whatever inspires me, whatever you guys want to see, whatever inspires, you know, conversation and stream. We're just gonna make art for it. It's gonna be dope. I do want to have, though, if I can kind of direct my attention a little bit, I want to have all the player races done. So I want to have like the Windra, the Mithara, the Rokari, the Elvari, the Rith. I want to have like the character selection screen for them basically done. But that's the only thing that I really think is very important for artwork for Eldara. I think, anyway. I think the orb is really cool. Can we have more art for it? You can, but no one can afford it. Yeah, sorry. The Orbathon did well, but unfortunately, at the end of the Orbathon, you didn't unlock the prestige art of the orb. Unfortunately, ooh, yeah. You only unlocked the regular art for the orb, which I'm still planning on doing probably in July, along with the Eldara swimsuit calendar that you guys single-handedly fucking demanded. So you just lock down those commission slots, I guess. God, to think I'm gonna have to sully my good name by doing a swimsuit calendar of my characters. If I grow on Twitter because of this, I'm gonna throw my fucking computer out the window. Hate to hear that, right? Yeah. Geez, I didn't quite unlock it. The only reason I got such a large piece from the Geminos, we canonized the whole race at a night order to fill in a gap in the world lore, and I wanted something specifically for the world. See, and that's fucking cool, man. And I'm like, I'm, you know, and that's why it means so much to me. Is because like you basically just single-handedly decided something needed to be made, and then we made it and built it, and the only reason I still haven't posted the like the not the lore but the mechanics for the Geminos is because I'm still not sure how to do proper 2024 mechanics in a climate when most people still play 2012 or 2014 D&D 5e, and I'm still trying to figure out the elegant way to do that, so I'm just not rushing it. But yeah, it's not like you went through a formatted document and said art could fit in this spot. No, it's usually like whatever purpose we need at the time for, you know, art for this or that thing that I'm developing at whatever's like inspired me in the moment. It used to be in some ways that I had like somewhat of a mission to try and like develop a portfolio, so I wanted to have like a wide range and diverse sort of like structure of landscapes and environment design and location, you know, concept and character elements and full character designs, so I could apply to a game studio. But now that I'm developing the project all at once, it's just kind of like whatever I can fit in, whatever I can sort of feel at the time. Which is cool, you know. I really man, maybe maybe I should have a list of things that are sort of like an order or a priority. Nah, that'd be annoying. That'd be annoying because if I ever deviated from it, people would be like, but I thought the thing was next. I never want to feel like I'm sort of like beholden to having to draw one thing or another. Obviously, that's not the way art works, I think. Like it kind of does if you're a professional, but at the same time, you sort of have to kind of like go with the flow. in a way. It's a really tough like balance between like acting like a professional and also admitting that there is a certain like unprofessional emotional element to being an artist. Really tough, I think, to balance out. Because a lot of people get it wrong, you know? I've heard lots of artists be like, oh, I just don't feel like drawing this thing today. You're like, but you already took money for doing it. Oh. I guess I'll just have to wait until I'm up to it again. And I get it if you're sick or whatever, but like, a lot of artists just like don't want to do their work or whatever, so. Drawing for yourself? Yeah. Yeah. Priority would be a terrible idea, I think about that. That'd be a terrible fucking idea. I can make a list of things that I need art for like the sponsorships or whatever, if people want to actually do that. But there has to be some tangible reward behind it that isn't just the like I don't know if a promo card is enough for people to feel like their sponsorship of an idea is like worth it. You know what I mean? Maybe that is enough for some people, is just the knowing they kind of, you know, directed something to happen. Other people are enjoying it as well. I don't know, man. Project is tough. Right now, my focus is getting through the convention weekends and the current big commissions I have. And then after that, it'll be Horizon's release. And then for the rest of the summer, we're just going to be chilling, man. Wait for the cars to go up on the store. I mean, keep fucking waiting. Let's go, man. It'll be a little bit. Yeah, actually, though, right? I'm glad you're excited. I'm excited for them too. I really want to get them done. I'm like, that's the thing that I'm like most kind of like eager to do, is getting the trading card project done. If I could like pick one thing that I just like can spend all my time on the next like couple weeks, it would be that. Just like get the thing in the print store. Or if you can find the hurry up beating stick, really? I thought you wanted me to take care of myself, Dark. You want me to stretch myself even thinner? Really? Man, it's crazy when people are like, "Oh man, we love and care about you and want you to you know, take care of yourself, but also make sure you're doing the thing that I prioritize more. Otherwise, I'm gonna ask you where my mail is in chat." And you're like, "Damn it, not again." Reprioritize. Yeah, reprioritize. Yeah. The reprioritization. That's important. And it'll get there. It'll get there when it gets there. I think I'm gonna have like my little like paper gotcha machine at GameCon for like, I don't know, people like buy a print, they'll like get a random trading card. They're not gonna know anything about it, because I don't think anybody that like knows me is gonna be at GameCon. I'm pretty sure, or like knows what's going on with Eldara and bullshit. That's why I don't like post or what, like if I'm gonna be at conventions, because it's like, it's not like anybody comes to see me, you know. So there's not really any point to make that like schedule. Hey guys, I'm gonna be at GameCon Canada. It's not like I have a cult like Ella has. She has people that comes to see her, will come to see her at convention just because she's there. She has one really sweet girl that like comes to buy a set of dice from her every single convention. Sometimes like 4 sets of dice. Like, holy dog. And she's always so excited to see Ella. And she'll always get there super early and she'll be like, "Oh, I wanted to get here before you sold me a set, so I want to see what you had." It's always so fun to watch her be excited about Lady Blackwood's dice. You know? I haven't asked you about my mail even once. I know, man. I know, dog. Well, don't you have tracking because you got doesn't it give you tracking about no, you're good, Dark, you're chilling. Yeah, doesn't it give you tracking on Shopify if you go onto there? It should like show it or whatever, you know. I can ask Elle about that, but you should be able to go onto your account as far as I knew. So Ella, admittedly, I don't know much about my print store because Ella maintains the Shopify kingdom for our Blackwood Dice and Evan Blair Art. So she knows everything about Shopify. She runs that print store. She takes the orders. I don't know when people order shit unless she tells me. So I don't know how it works, but I'm pretty sure you should be able to find your tracking on there. I know people have checked their tracking for her stuff on her store, so I'd assume mine works the same way because it's basically the same product. I assume so anyway. That's so wholesome. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You see it on stream. I think that it probably is hopefully a benefit for people. Yeah. You know, I was getting ready for the con, like prepping stuff last night, and as stressful it is to do everything and last minute and whatever and problems and things going wrong and budget and whatever, it is really fun that I get to do it with Ella. It is really, really fun that I get to like basically do something really cool, like build my own thing, but like with her. We can get to spend a lot of time together doing it, you know? You're saying it's a good thing I messaged Ella about shipping instead of you? Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Ella's the person that knows, man. She's the person in charge for that shit. She said, I'll handle this, hubby, you just make the art. And she kissed me on the top of the head and put me back to work, man. So I don't fucking know what goes on with that shit. I'm sure if I needed to maintain and run the store, I could, but no, she definitely knows what's going on with it a lot more than I do. She makes all my listings for things. If I need to edit things, she'll do that. Whenever I need something done, I'll just send her a message and she'll just like fix it or do it for me. Right. Oh, I think she did a shop update actually. I think Ella did a shop update. Right? Blackwood Dice, TikTok, YouTube, blackwooddice.com. Yeah, I think she did because she sold a couple of sets of dice actually. I think I packed stuff up for people. So I'm not sure if she has extra shit on her store now before the con. Oh, she does. Oh shit, dude. Look at that. She's actually got sets, man. I already sold out of a couple. Yeah. Oh wait, that looks so dope. What the fuck? Wait, I didn't see the set. Hold on. Wait, what? This looks rad. Where were these? I haven't seen these sets. Oh, she asked me to help her name them. Oh, I'm such a piece of shit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're right, Savi. Because I packaged the Chronicles. Dude, this set's so pretty. In the light, I was like looking at it. You know, I was staring it up. Yeah, dude. Yeah, she asked me to help her name these sets, and I never fucking did. Oh, I've had a lot on my plate. Listen, she's not pushing me right now. This is so nice, man. Look at this. Look at all these cool colors, bro. Oh, it says cello in it. Oh, dude. Any set. Some people don't like the cello, the refractions on the light. I love it. You either love it or hate it, I think. That's cool. Blackwooddice.com, man. There's Ella Blackwoods. She's so fucking cool. The waiting at the door with my face pressed up against the glass waiting for the mailman every day? Damn. But not for the mail, though, right? These are so pretty. Thanks, dude. Yeah, Ella's kind of like the best dice maker I know by a mile. Dude, she's gonna have geode sets for the convention with new colors and shit and new cherry blossom sets. Oh my god, I'm very excited. She did like white and black cherry blossom sets because my friend Vixie asked for one because Ella said she'd make dice for everybody in our D&D game. And Vixie had put Ella's dice without telling her on her throne. What a fucking honor, man. And Ella's like, I'll just make you your set, bish. What color do you want? So, yeah, Ella's kind of been crushing it. Ella's been getting commissions though for dice sets from 40k players. Somebody wanted 100 D6s and she's like, I can do it, but it's gonna cost a lot. And the 40k player is like, try me. I play 40k. I play Warhammer 40,000. Fucking try me. He's like, oh my god. 100 D6s? Yeah, dude. He wanted 100 six-sided dice for his Warhammer 40,000 game. When you need to roll 100 dice at the same time, I don't know, to be honest. Maybe he wants to have just like a bunch so that he can just like grab them from different parts of the table. To be fair, I don't know what the max amount of dice a 40k player ever rolls at once is. I have zero clue. I don't know how to play 40k all that well. I know in theory, I used to play a little bit, but if you sat me down at a table with a bunch of Necrons and a bunch of Nids and a bunch of Reens, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. So depends on the army. Sure, yeah, I'm sure that some of them have. Oh, 20 days to the Rogue Trader DLC. Yeah, dude. God, so I only have 20 days to finish Rogue Trader. Shit. You guys need to revisit the idea of commissioning a custom dice set plus coffee sketch commission. I'd go so broke. Commissioning a custom dice set plus a coffee commission together.
The largest misconception in the Warhammer community is that 40k stands for the year. It's actually the average cost of a single army, purchased officially instead of printed.
Yeah, actually though, right? Thanks for a bit, Duria. Oh man, a combination character request and dice set. How would that work though? Because if I only do them in black and white though, I'd have to start doing like these in color, or maybe it wouldn't matter, I guess, right? I don't know. Character plus custom Blackwood dice set. Huh. Well, there's one person that I'm doing commission for right now. I got a message actually with his thing that Ella made a set for his characters. So that was pretty cool. Coffee character plus Blackwood dice commission. That's a great idea. Yep. All right. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You're only chapter 2? Shit, we gotta get moving then, Azalea. We gotta get ready for this DLC. I made a set for my character and it was so good. Cool. What set was it? Which one was it? I'm like drawing blanks on this one. Usually I remember sets that she makes for friends. I'm drawing blanks on this one because I've seen so many fucking Blackwood dice sets in the last couple of weeks. Dude. Oh, I posted a trial reel actually last night on Instagram about Ella. Hold on, let me see if this did well. I wonder if Ella got any follows out of it. Trial reels. Let's see how well it did. 2,000 views. It's not bad. Okay. I hope it got you some traction, Ella. I forgore that I can repost things as trial reels on Instagram because I'm important enough on Instagram that they let me do that now. Play the game. Just splash color, maybe some shading in the dominant hue of the dice. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'd have to figure out how to do that for a style or whatever. We'll call it the Astral Knight dice. So the Astral Knight dice and the Astral Sage dice are top secret. They are top secret. I will not spoil anything about them, besides saying they look amazing. The Sage set needs more D6s though, and we're working on it. It's going to be a thing. You guys are going to lose your minds. This is how cool this is. The first Realmswell. There's also a Realmswell Dara die, by the way, that Ella's working on for me. That is just unreal. It is, dude. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna shut the fuck up here before I ruin anything from it for the announcement, the debut, the release, the whatever. Kierset. You haven't heard about it. Kierset? Which was Kier's set? The fuck? What, dude? Where? What? Why am I drawing a blank on this one? You're just making stuff up? Oh, okay, got it. All right, you're making shit up. You're just talking your shit. You're saying things. All right, you fucking goblin. All right, I see you. I see you. Yeah, I feel like I've packed up a couple sets for people that I remembered. What did Dury? Did Dury get the cherry blossoms? I forget. I think he got cherry blossoms. Who else got something? Somebody else got something recently. I forget. Wasn't a mod. Somebody else from the guild. I don't know. I don't know, Ming. I do know I need more water though, so. Or more ice in my water. So I'm gonna go do that. Also stand up. Holy shit, I've been sitting for like 4 hours. The purple blossoms. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Discussing cherry blossoms with Ella. I think they're crazy good. They are, dude. The cherry blossoms take her a long time to make, but they are unreal. And the white and black ones she's doing for GameCon, dude. Get out of here with that shit. They're so good. On your website, if you paired examples of art with a set of dice and took a photo, you could advertise it like the character and the dice you could have for them. Ooh. Yeah, dude. That's kind of cool. That's a great idea. Okay, give me a sec.
Good luck at the convention, Chairkan.
All right. All right. Okay, Revolt. What do you mean, man? Go like a convention, Chercoon? God damn it. What's up, Samurai? Thanks for the sub, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks for the tier 3. Holy fuck, man. Good God. Thanks, Samurai. Yeah, the chair is going to the convention. What do I do at the convention when somebody asks me why I don't do art that people want to see? How do I handle that this time around? What am I supposed to do? How do I emotionally process it? Maybe I just have to do some free run art for people, I guess. Just start making art people want. Gosh. Not again, right? Cattle prod and zap them. Oh. I do live in Alberta, so, you know. Point to coffee. Yeah. Well, I printed more landscapes and stuff out. The thing that sucks about the convention when I have to travel is that I have to like make prints that I might not sell. And then I'm like stuck with like the inventory, right? So what I'm going to do this year, by the way, so you guys know, is I'm going to make all my inventory for the conventions, and then I'll sell whatever I sell in the print store, and then I'll pull from that inventory. And at the end of the convention season, I'm going to do some fucking Unreal year-end giveaways for just prints and shit. It's going to be rad. Whatever I have like extra that I made too many prints of or whatever, we're just going to do a bunch of giveaways throughout, like, I don't know, October, November, December. And so those pre-printed things at discount to us. Yeah, I mean, I guess people wanted to buy them. Yeah, I could just run a sale in the print store. So you do have more Horizon feedback. Comments embedded in PDF. Oh shit! Thank you, Atari. I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time for that, man. Yeah, fuck. Thank you. Make a wallpaper out of your art. Quadruple price for free. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I tried to like Atari sent me some really good feedback that I'm trying to implement in my most recent edit of Horizon. We'll see if I did a good enough job on the next release, I guess. Just to show them the orb. Oh, you think the orb will do it? Will they know? Will they understand? These aren't like, you know, sophisticated Twitch chatters, Samurai. These are simpleton con-goers, okay? These aren't people with a delicate and refined understanding of memes. These are your average convention attendee, so, you know. I'm not sure if they could understand the nuance of the orb meme. Live sketching artists at the conventions are always amazing, but they're really basking or breaking even on table time. I don't know. I think that most artists, what they do is they do the live sketch commissions and stuff like that. And I think what it does is it gives them something to do while they're not like selling prints and shit like that. During downtime. I don't do I don't do sort of like at convention commissions like that or ink stuff like that because it's just I like to be fully engaged in the convention for the weekend. And I find that you do a lot better as an artist if you are fully engaged with people. This idea of just like putting your head down and not talking to anybody that unless they like speak to you at a convention, I just don't think it's a good, like, you obviously are not trying to be obnoxious and like, you know, pull people over and like, you know, are being all salesy and shit. That's like not cool. But I do think that being able to engage with people that are walking by and looking at your stuff and are interested in it is very important. And so that's the main reason why I would never do that at conventions. But I know it works for some artists. So, like, some artists also just they wouldn't do a convention if they had to like be on the whole time. You know, there's an orb question in the feedback. God damn it. God damn it, man. Bless the peasants of the orb. They deserve to know one thing good. Yeah, maybe I should make some orb stickers and bring them to the convention with me. Maybe that's what I should do. Yeah, okay. Now we're talking. Now we know what's going on. Dude, look at how angry August looks. Holy. Fox said a villain, but like, I think we're going a little hard on this. I don't know. Those here to understand the orb? You would, yes, exactly. But few, if anyone, ever visits the conventions from the guild. Only a few people that live in the area or have traveled have ever visited LNI conventions. You know, so I don't know if they'd understand. Thanks to lurk on YouTube as well, Samurai. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for. Oh, I didn't check YouTube to see if I got any more nasty comments that I can meme about in videos. Shit. Always remind me on my break to check my YouTube comments to see what kind of unhinged shit people posted. Damn it, dude. I have to really get back to farming, you know? Not intentionally, though, you know? Hey, yes.
I have to eat some of it.
Okay.
It's just the rules.
Alright. Alright, get after it, man. Enjoy, crab. Thanks for my bits, man. Appreciate it. What's up, dog? I don't know if this is a character or car art platform only thing, but is there a very large amount of autistic artists because... Jesus!
But then I suppose failure comes naturally to your kind.
It's a lot of bits!
It was
the
yummy.
Fuck?
Thanks.
Thanks for the 700 bits, crap junkies. I appreciate it. What the fuck, man? Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thanks, bro. God damn, that's a lot of bits. Wait, shit, what was I reading? Okay, hold on. I don't know if it's a car thing, but there is a very large amount of autistic artists because I feel like every other artist I follow is autistic. I don't know. I mean... Wait. I just realized a correlation that it never occurred to me before. Oh, that's a danger. Oh, okay, all right. Ooh, that's okay. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, who knows? That's real crazy. Maybe. I don't know, dog. Ooh, I'm just gonna draw my art here. Just yeah, Monka. Been doing a little kicky feet watching you draw August Fap this whole time, by the way. Not exaggerating when I say this. We posted everywhere and likely be Discord profile picture for a few servers. Oh my god. Wait, I'm gonna earn Discord profile picture status? I've got some high achievements and accolades recently. I've gotten fridge art status. I've gotten professionally framed art status. I've gotten Discord profile picture. I've gotten server banner, and I've gotten phone wallpaper recently. I've been honored. Dude, I have been honored recently by some prestigious placements of my art from my illustrious clients. That's no joke, bro. Yeah, geez. Got therapy, maybe some self-reflection on that pattern would do the artist in this chat some good. I don't know. No, because the thing is, like, I don't know. Never mind. I was gonna say something. I'm not gonna. I know better. It's not bad, but I know better. I know better than to have opinions. Never have an opinion on anything, Evan. That's right. Oof. Yeah. Okay. As Guapo says, discretion is the better part of valor. Mm-hmm. 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 These art's really sharp. Enjoying the hat game. Thanks, man. Do you think, Samurai, how do you feel about a hat like this? Does it break your immersion of fantasy, or do you like it? Do out-of-century hats belong in fantasy? And if so, which hats are passable and which hats aren't? Because I have a hot take about hats. I think the tricorn hat fits in fantasy and it doesn't even break anything. You know? The cowboy hat, the duster, these kind of things, I could be swayed either way, you know? But there are some out of period hats that I think fit. Right? Must just urge to avoid a voluminous feather on that hat. How did you... Dude, were you here when I said that? Something along those lines? Is this... Are you recalling my earlier statement, or did you also come to the same conclusion? Yeah, wait, hold up. Could argue that it was a nautical hat that was reshaped. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, right? I wonder. I don't know, I'm not very experted on Renaissance hats. Maybe I should make up some of my own like fantasy hats. Right? Like why can't I make up a weird hat, right? I don't think I was here for that statement. Been in calls today. Okay, well, I had the exact same like thought then. Like, Sabine, you picked up the brain cell that I was using earlier, I think. We connected for a moment on that. Because yes, I also had the deep desire to put a feather in her cap. But it takes away from the villainy, I think. So, you know, that's why I opted not to it. We're looking at how to this type of feel, like a desire to add fantastical... Stop cheering, bits!
But then I suppose
what the fuck is a lot of bits?
Naturally to your kind.
Evan, I think
yes,
I must
hi.
make more ox today. Oh, and also, congrats on the good news from the hospital.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, jeez, dude. Thanks for this 599 bits. What the fuck, dude? That's a lot. You get a TTS for 499 bits less. But I appreciate it. Thank you, dude. God damn it. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, my hearing is recovering, by the way. For everyone that didn't ask. But I'm going to tell you anyway. My hearing is recovering, and we'll see. Hopefully, I should be able to return to normal head usage. Or whatever side of my face I hear from, I don't know. Hear me out. She likes, wait, she likes how well straw hats
Evan,
kept out of the
Evan,
sun. Yeah, yes. Evan, hi, that's me.
She likes how well straw hats kept the sun out her eyes.
Right.
But didn't like how feeble they were.
Ooh.
So she commissioned a custom leather hat in the same style and shape.
As the straw hat from, When did we develop the advanced leatherworking tools to make hats like this? That's the question. Thanks for the bits, Azalea. Appreciate it. Okay, sorry, wait. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything in chat. Blizzard add fantastical details like feathers or runes, or pull a Van Helsing and add ammunition along the ribbon. Or okay, that's fair. I think they're going to feel fantasy hat a little more. Yeah, maybe you're right about that, actually. It's the elements to it, the details. Leathering had existed before industry did, but like for this style of like felt, you know, hat shaping or whatever, right? Hat positive, all he needs is steam, starch, and cloth and hide. If the tech is there, a culture can do what it wants. I think you're right. Did Twitch get back to you about the points BS? I haven't messaged them about it yet. Charlord. I'm gonna probably do that this weekend. I've had a bit too much on my plate, but no, I haven't even figured out where I can send it. I
didn't see that one coming, did you?
What the hell?
To get in on this shit.
What are these random bits of what? 1706? What the fuck? Dude, why? That's a lot of bits, man. Come on, dude. Maybe the 1,706 bit. That's not even a specific alert. Thank you for the bits, Dark. Thank you, Azalea. Thank you, Crab Junkies. Thank you for the bits. I'm confused as to. Okay, you know what? I almost said the thing. I almost said the thing. Yeah. Oh, I almost angered the gods here. All I will say is thank you for the bits, even though I am questioning whether or not the validity of the cheering is worthwhile at this moment. But thank you. I appreciate it.
Well.
Yes. Wait, there was nothing after that. Okay, thanks for the bits. I appreciate it, Crab. Guys, come on, man. Chill out, bro. Chill out. I appreciate it, but that's a lot. Please. Thank you, though. Means a great deal to me, man. Thanks, dude. 1800s, right? Yeah. That's what it was. Don't you be petty enough to be one bit ahead of Aduria for that? Stop it! There's no unlocks for the hype trains, okay? It's just Twitch debating.
How
okay.
exhaustingly predictable. But then I suppose failure comes naturally to your kind.
I guess we just gotta keep going.
Why? Thank you, Dark, for the 2 gifted subs. And thank you, Crab Junkies, for the 500 bits. Even though I don't understand why. Okay?
Charlord 4 gifted a tier 1 sub to Cloud_457.
Thank you for the gifted sub, Charlotte, as well. I appreciate that. Thank you, Crab, for the bits. Thank you, Dark, for the subs and the bits. Thank you, guys. But come on, man. The fuck? Chill, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the
didn't see that one coming, did you?
Why?
You ask why, we respond with why not.
That's... They get 200 bits across the streams. And they 1,500 bits, Dark. And thank you, Jacob, for the 15 bits. That... Yeah, because... There's no sense to it. I don't understand, okay? Okay. You know what? Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. That makes sense sometimes. Sometimes people are trying to earn crumbs, right? Like I'll send people dice and shit for earning crumbs, but I don't understand. I just the random
Hack stream party.
A2 Samurai. Oh, God. Thank you for the 100 bits, Samurai. I appreciate
Just
that.
got paid today. Take it like a man.
Wait, hold on. Thanks to 100 bits, Charlord. I appreciate it. What's up, Indian Viking? Nice to see you still going here. I've been a while since I dropped by Twitch. Oh, really? How long has it been? Jeez, dude. Good to see you. What's up? You caught me in the middle of a confusing hype train. So, geez, dude, thank you guys for the bits and the subs. I appreciate it. But there is no hype train reward. There, you do not unlock anything at a fucking tier. There's nothing. Oh, Paladin, it's the lip scar. Oh, why the rare alert? Congratulations, Daddy, on getting the rare alert. So, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you. But chill, dude. What the fuck? God damn it. Thank you for the. Why? Thank you for the 4 gifted subs, crap. Hey, Vale got a sub. Look at that, man. Let's fucking go. Freaky Tiki, thank you for the follow as well. Come on, man. You don't... like, I feel like other streamers do stuff with hype trains. What should I feel like I feel so bad because I don't have anything that, like, I do or whatever.
I want to join too.
For a hype train. No, Fox, you're not allowed. Fox, you're banned from bits because you're getting a sketch commission right now. Okay. So just chill, man. You're banned.
Quit.
You're done. Canadian. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry, sir. I'm so my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it. That's that. Okay.
Just hand over your Photoshop ways and well stop.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Moose. Thank you, Crab. Thank you, Fox. I appreciate it, guys. I gotta jump to finish some work and I'll still be okay. All right, good. All right, Fox is distracted. Okay, good. She's distracted. There. God damn it. Chill. Okay.
Do we ask thou have a deal?
No, you can't. How? What am I supposed to hand over? I don't understand the terms of this agreement. Okay. Look, I can't even draw a straight line now. Look what you're doing to me. I can't draw straight. Okay, let me just chill for a second here. Fucking June.
Photoshop ways.
You can have them. Fine. All right, there you go. You can have them all of them. They're yours. Crab, just take them. Thank you for 100 bits. God damn it. If I was thoughtfully created art and amusing introspective conversation, I feel like that's worth a lot. I appreciate it, but like going above and beyond and throwing and hurling that many bits and subs is there's no possible way that I can be worthy of that kind of support. Like, jeez, man, come on, bro. Thank you for the support, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for the hype train. Thank you for the bits and subs. You can all chill out, okay? What did I just?
I just said I commanded us to chill out.
Okay. What part of chill was not clear? Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, Charlord. I really appreciate that. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's extremely generous of you. Okay.
How exhaustingly predictable. But then I suppose failure comes naturally to your kind.
What if we don't wanna? What if we want to support you? What if we want to see more of your art and happily give our respects?
Cause it's a lot, dude, okay?
I finally admit it, I knew you weren't entirely straight. My man. Glad you felt comfortable with us to share that. Less than 3.
Still like it when Asterion calls me darling, but thank you for the 5, Dark, and thank you for the 500 bits. Crab Junkies, I appreciate it. Thank you. That's very kind. Don't miss this ask, please. Wait, what, Jacob? Hold on, what I miss? Don't miss what? Wait. If you guys are asking me questions and there's a hype train and people are hurling fucking just hundreds and thousands of bits at my forehead and dozens of subs, it's going to be a very difficult time here. So let me try just find what was this? What were you responding to, Jacob? Hold on, mention. Oh, can I ask a prof question? My little girl loves to draw and she wants to draw digital. Should I buy some digital drawing starter kit or wait for her to get really good in normal drawing? Okay, that's actually an important question. If you go to digital tools too early and you don't understand how to avoid creating bad habits, it will hurt your art career. In my professional opinion, I would wait. I would wait a while. I would learn as long as you can, and I'm trying to stall so the hype train dies so you guys get distracted. I would wait, because things like Control Z, layers, adjustments, tools, brushes, these are things that artists who are very good will use as shortcuts to get their work done faster. Artists who are learning will use them as shortcuts to avoid learning the skills. So they can create bad habits that will basically, like, so I've said this before and it sounds dramatic, but I'm gonna say it again.
Trevor. He is smart. Also a wonderful artist.
You didn't need to cheer 300 bits for that, okay?
We love Evan.
God damn it.
11.
Thank you for the 300 bits, Crab Junkies, but let the hype train die, okay? There's no need to keep trying to resuscitate this thing. Thank you for 300 bits. So, Viking, I say this, and I say it with as much drama as possible, but I mean it when I say this, okay? If I can get to it.
Oh my god.
Hi,
It
Mel.
is the man himself, Evan Blair Art. And yay
Hi,
for
Mel.
parents promoting
Hello.
their kids to draw.
Yeah,
Plus,
dude.
I saw
I agree.
the TikTok Scotty K fitness video where he got your dance.
Oh, right on, man.
He looked so happy. Also must contribute to Hype Train, red heart emoji.
I appreciate it. Yeah, Scotty's been Scotty and Mrs. K have been very supportive of me since I've started trying to grow on TikTok and stuff. And they've both been very lovely individuals, and they're as genuine and kind, lovely as you'd imagine them to be. So, okay, I say this with all the drama intended, Viking. If you go to digital tools too early, it will destroy your dreams and take away everything you've ever wanted. It will rob you of your career. And I say that understanding it sounds scary and people think I'm always joking, and I'm not when I say that. I know it sounds dramatic because I've seen it happen. I have seen countless artists get enchanted with the luxury and the fun and the flair and the cool sort of side of digital art. And I see them build and developing bad habits, and I see them rotting in mediocrity. And then like 5-10 years in their professional career, they're lamenting they can't make any money, they can't get any good commissions, they can't get any work, they can't grow, they can't get better because they're stuck. And the reason is that they're stuck is that in the formative times when they had an opportunity to choose to do things the hard way or choose to learn things the easy way, they were presented with shortcuts because it was cool to use digital art. And so I always encourage people to learn as long as you can in traditional tools before you move to digital art. 10 seconds. Oh, for the love of God. Just let it die. Just let it die. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Oh, God. Please. Okay. Oh, thank God. All right. Whew. Too late. Too late. Fucking.
Damn it, Jacob!
Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. For whatever reason, I appreciate it. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs, man. Thank you. That really means a lot. So, I appreciate it. Oh, God. You fucking trolls. Okay. Thank you for the gifted subs and the bits, guys. I appreciate it. But now you're all banned from cheering and banned from subs for the rest of the stream. So congratulations. All subs and bits are now over, and you are all liberated from your so thank you for the subs and bits. I know you're busy drawing somewhere. No, yeah, hit me. It's all good. You're all good. I just miss a lot of chat when people are hurling amounts of support at me, but I'm happy to answer questions about art. But yeah, definitely I encourage everyone who's very serious about art to spend as long as they can learning it traditionally before they move to the safety of digital tools. So okay, I still can't draw a straight line. God damn it. This is your fault, all of you, okay? This is all of yours faults. And I'm mad at you. So, fucking, why does my hand get shaky when I see the bits and shit? Fuck. Like, I get nervous or whatever. Thank you. Just memes aside, thank you for the bits and subs and the tips. It's more than I deserve and more than I could possibly be worthy of. But thank you very much. It really does make a massive difference in my life. So thank you. Okay. I'll get emotional. Oh god. Yeah, avoid the floor. That's kind of good. What can I do to encourage her to keep on drawing? Problem is, I've never had to encourage a kid to do something before. So I think it's in some ways more an idea of how to encourage good behavior and how to reinforce good behavior. And by behavior, I don't mean like good behavior. I mean behavior that is good for somebody you care about, for them to continue doing it, like good habits, right? I don't know necessarily how to do that with kids, because I think it's really difficult. Obviously, I think just like for just a one-off, if I had to give a non-professional, just gut instinct opinion, I think that encouraging learning, glorifying failure, and highlighting success was the things that my parents did for me that really helped. Because my parents putting the art up on the fridge and shit like that makes a difference, you know? Keeping everything and curating it, things like that. But definitely I think that you can be so supportive and so sort of positive that you never encourage your kid to do better. So there's an artist in our community, a young woman by the name of Venus with a Flytrap. That's her fucking Twitch name. But Venus is a wonderful artist who I've known since she was younger in our chat, as she was coming up in her art career. And now that she's sort of going into the professional, like ready to go into the professional sort of area, she told me about the things that her parents did when she was a lot younger to help her, put her in a state where now that when I first encountered her as this young artist, she was like pretty good. And her and parents encouraged her to like do fundamentals and traditional practice in a way that I don't know if I would have had the stomach for. And I really think that I would love to be able to ask her, specifically, she said her dad encouraged her a lot to practice fundamentals and to train classically. And it's like one of those things, it's like you want to push a kid to try hard, whether it's studying in school or whatever, but you don't want to push them so hard that they don't want to do the thing. You know, like my parents pushed me to do sports when I was young in a way that they pushed me too hard and I stopped wanting to do it. And then I was dead. I just never did that sport ever again, you know? And like golf was one of those things, right? It was always like, I wanted to get better. But then when it got too like about getting better, not about hitting the ball and having fun, I stopped wanting to do it. And it's like, so that balance for kids, I have no idea how to do this, because like, how do you push and say like, because if you do it right, you will situate your 8-year-old in 10 years to go into art school and have a guaranteed career that's wildly successful. Just a little elevation of fundamentals as an 18-year-old going to art school, you can fucking crush it. And so it's like, how do you inject those little fundamentals, encouraging them to learn how to draw from life, to draw out there? I think if I was to do it, I think maybe intentional like study of the world, where it's like, let's go have a picnic and let's draw some flowers. And you, as long as I think the first skill you can help them develop is the eye for understanding and trying to evaluate what's there. You don't need to worry about telling how to draw a face correctly, how to whatever. But I think in my gut and my heart, I think that if you help a kid develop an eye for observational drawing, I think that's the secret. But I've never put it to practice, obviously, and no one really has done this like kind of thing that I can kind of point to and say, hey, that works. But I think if you just try and encourage them to observationally draw, you know, I think that develops the eye for it, because I think that develops the sense for like, I should try and evaluate what I'm drawing more correctly as a kid. And I think you start with easy things. So you go out into the world and you draw the things you see. You draw flowers and you draw things that interest them and animals and whatever. And you don't just say like, let's draw a cat. And okay, so a cat, you know, when you draw a cat, you draw the cat like, you know, you draw the nose, and then you draw the whatever, and then you do this, and I mean, I don't fucking know how to draw a cat, and then you draw the eyes, and then you draw, you know, like you don't do that shit. You go out into the wilderness with them and you're like, let's try and draw this little flower and let's see, oh, look at its petals, they're kind of jagged and whatever. And you just try and encourage observational drawing, and it's going to be really bad, obviously, and they might get frustrated with it. But I think like identifying and glorifying that process of trying to draw things observationally, I think that's the skill set that sets artists apart, that people think is talent. I think, but I don't know, obviously. But I think it's really cool that you're encouraging your little one to make art and to be awesome. That's really cool. Art's a fantastic and satisfying and brilliant career if you're willing to work for it, if you choose it. And I think getting into it early like that is an amazing opportunity for a young one. And I'm proud. That's really cool. I'm proud of you for like trying to figure out how to facilitate that more, because I think a lot of people would just kind of let their kid go off and, you know, wander into the sunset and I don't know, they draw, I guess. So that's awesome. I hope you guys have amazing times drawing together and doing stuff. And ooh, that's not what I want to do. Ooh, nope. Okay, there we go. EBA learning how to draw live on stream. So, yeah. Go be awesome. Wish I could draw? You definitely can learn with alongside her.
Tips. So, Evan.
Fuck.
Evan.
Didn't I? I did.
I don't know what to say.
Yes.
Now that I'm on the spot, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So, how it going? Oh, Evan.
Yeah.
We didn't have our therapy session today. How
God
about
damn it.
some words of wisdom?
You want words of wisdom for your... Do you want D&D therapy today, or do you want art therapy? Or do you want life advice with Evan Blair Art? The art wizard? I'm not putting on the fucking cloak. You're not... No. The art wizard, you need... The art wizard is very expensive to summon, okay? The art wizard is very expensive to summon. All right, let's not pretend here, okay? Indeed, of course, as a DM. I mean, look, we'll see what Dark wanted, because, you know, Dark's paying for his therapy session right now through tips, so we'll see if we're doing D&D or art. New hype trade for Art Wizard? Stop it! Stop it! I said you were all banned from cheering and gifting subs to us today, so tips don't count towards hype trains. Get wrecked. Get dumpstered. We could do both. We could do art and D&D, I guess. I mean, I think D&D maybe is more relevant to the chat, but art is maybe more relevant to the day. So we'll see what Dark says. The orb does demand it. So let you know, I still haven't received my crumb yet. Don't worry for another couple of weeks. I am worried. With the Canada Post issues and stuff. Well, you know what, arts, so it's all slowed down in Canada.
I want life advice with Evan.
Life advice?
It's priceless, so when I can extract your nuggets, I feel better about myself. Ooh, also you didn't say tips.
Life advice for Evan. All right, pick your category. What category of life advice would you like? General? Would you like relationships and socialization? Would you like health and fitness? What subcategory of life advice do you need today? Because we'll yeah. I'll badly articulate something in whatever category you'd like. Yep. We can do, actually, you know what? We can do general. All right. How about this? Whenever you feel like giving up, okay? Whenever you feel like giving up at something because it's difficult or it's hard, I want you to remember, everything worthwhile by definition is difficult. Difficult things are uncomfortable. That's why people don't do them. So when you're doing something that's difficult and you're uncomfortable and you feel like giving up, remind yourself, this is what hard feels like. This is what difficult is like. This is the sensation of things sucking enough to be worthwhile doing. Don't run away from it. Embrace it. And know that just in the same way you feel like giving up, most people who encounter the same obstacle as you will also feel like giving up. And it's the decision to choose not to give up that is the key to success. Even though your brain will tell you the lie that it's out of your control. There you go. How's that? How's that for your bad life advice for today? Is that good? Is that good? We can do some art advice for Danny next. Captain Johnny, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Thanks, dude. How can I be cool like Evan? How to be cool like Evan? Well, when you are 16 years old, start playing Dungeons and Dragons with your hot friend from school, and then convince her to marry you, and then decide that you're going to listen to her when she says, maybe you should throw away your entire graphic design career to make a D&D setting. And then you say, okay. You said you wanted art advice though, right, Danny? The store did not have the clear dragon shield sleeves. Did they have any other clear sleeves? Or any other variety of clear sleeve that was not? Or I guess any sleeve would work, wouldn't it? You know, gonna do that? Yeah, just go back in time to high school. Yeah, and just try that out. So, yeah, okay, Ultra Pro's fine. Yeah. As long as, well, yeah, it's fine. Fine. Never mind. It's fine. Ultra Pro's fine. Thank you, Ella. Appreciate it. Want to see more art and art therapy? Oh, okay. What do you need art therapy for, Danny? What's your current art challenge that you need bad art advice for? What would you like bad art advice for? Or on? How can I help steer you in the wrong direction? By giving you misplaced art advice today. It'd be my honor to be a negative influence in your art career while masquerading as a positive influence. Oh, you don't even know? You just want bad art advice in general?
I'm okay. So
yes.
Let me see if I got this.
Okay.
So when I say some dumb shit to my wife and piss her off, I need to remind her that Evan says life is tough, so get over it. Gotcha. I'll report back momentarily. Thanks. Therapy with Evan.
Guys, I think we might have missed the mark with this one. Ooh, yeah, we missed the mark on this one. Shit. Damn it. Yeah. Ooh. Well, I guess Dark's not gonna be buying any trading cards or tipping the stream anymore, so it was nice having Dark while it lasted, but we're gonna remember Dark fondly in these days. Yep, halfway there. Married the hot friend. Check. Start DD 16. Also check. That's what I like to hear, Solution. That's what I like to hear. Better yet, cook for wife. Yes. Yes, I became the domestic house husband. I cook for wife. I clean for wife. Wait, what the fuck does wife do? Okay. Yeah. Oof, boy, I just got aggro. Yeah, shit. I just got aggro. Damn it. We're drawing August, aren't we? Yeah, there we go. We're drawing August. Okay, cool. All right. Ah, man. Yeah, pissing off the wife day. Okay, I sent Dark to his doom. I may as well, right? 1, get wife. 2, love wife. 3, question mark for success. Basically. Yes, wife runs Shopify. Actually, unironically true. Like, actually true. Yep. Nope, fair and real. The thing is, though, that Ella does like all the difficult technical shit because she's that engineer, bro. God, imagine if I married like an artist or a creative and not an engineer. Holy shit, I'd never get anything done. We'd just be two useless artists flailing around. Every artistic couple that I know, where they both like are visual artists or whatever, has the issue of them just flailing. Thank God I married an engineer. Yeah. Sleep on the couch, yeah. Right? I normally do my fill layers at the end, but I feel like I should be working top down for them. And just like, if I have a like a zone completed or whatever, I just like draw it in, right? And just not worry about it. Like the hat. Because now the piece looks more like, I don't know, further along, let's just say, without having to add too much more hatching on it. Which should make the process video better. And remember, if I can't farm a process video, what am I doing in my life? If I can't farm at least one like on Instagram with a process video, what is the point of it? It's not the art of the client, the commission, or anything like that. It's just the Instagram clout. It's just so I can tell my friend Vixie that I'll do fan art of her when she becomes relevant enough for me to do fan art of her on Instagram, and then be told I'm toxic and a bad friend. Yeah, and even though it's all correct, I can still like dispute it or whatever. So, you know, like, do you get feedback on the sticker I posted in Discord? Did you post an updated version or the one that you posted earlier? What kind of feedback would you like on the sticker? Because I thought it was perfect, and I want to see it finished. Feedback is it's hilarious. Feedback is hashtag book talk on your video process of it. Which I assume you're recording your process for it, right? First things first for artists, right? Oh, it's finished? All right, let's see. I love this fucking thing. Done unless missing something.
Ah, okay, I think I'm safe for now.
Yeah?
I'm hiding in the garage.
Oh, shit.
She never comes in here.
Oh, shit.
So I need some more advice.
Okay.
So like, I told her what you said, and she said, who the fuck is Evan? I said, someone who is clearly wiser than you. What do I do now?
I would suggest, have you tried asking her if she instead of being mad, if she's just hungry? I think that's a great question to ask women when they're mad. That's what yeah, right? Ask her if she's actually mad or if she's just hungry. Anyway, so okay, love reading. This is beautiful. I love this. This is perfect, Daddy. This is everything elegant. The only thing is maybe some sort of like heinous fucking thing in the book that you're like, wait, is that a no, she wouldn't draw that. No, I love it. This is perfect. What do you mean? This is great. It looks awesome. This is beautiful. That's full points. This is absolutely sick. You're such a degenerate. Ugh, that's hilarious. Tell her she looks cute when she's angry. Ooh, yeah, okay. Yep. Yeah, that's that. Oh boy. Yep. That's the one to do. Yeah, about that one. And she looked even cuter. She smiled. I get those comments in my YouTube videos, all right? Dude, unironically, I get those comments. People will leave a comment and be like, oh, you should draw your characters smiling more. They'd be prettier if they smiled. And then I just see that one poor guy get absolutely decimated in the comments. That happened. The last time that happened was, it was on, this character. Nope, not this one. It was on a video of this character. Yeah. Someone in the YouTube comments was just like, maybe she wouldn't look so broody and angry if you drew her smiling. She'd probably look better. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That one exists.
I guess that makes sense. Try to understand the beast and look for a weakness and an opportune moment to strike.
Yes.
Got it.
Right. Okay, that's
I'll
not what I
catch my
said.
breath and head out.
Damn it. Okay.
This is just like D&D.
It's not.
Wish me luck,
Oh
boys.
boy.
Leroy.
Okay. Did you just Leroy going to talk to you? Okay. Good luck. Good luck. Yep. Good luck, Dark. Mm-hmm. God damn it. God fucking damn it. Such a killer expression though. What a noob. Right? He got burned. He did. Exactly. Yeah, you can go see the comments on that video. I don't think I hid that comment either because I wanted that guy to get roasted. It might have auto hit some of the comments because I have to approve some comments every once in a while and I just don't hit approve. It also auto hides some comments from people like, dude, this is so funny, but it auto hides people saying for the orb or anything to do with the orb because it thinks that they're spamming it because you guys commented on too many of my YouTube videos about orbs. That's the most hilarious thing I'd ever seen. I looked into that shit yesterday to see if it was actually happening or see if a mod added a block term because they were trolling. No one added block terms. YouTube thought you guys were spamming when you mentioned orbs in the comments of the videos. Like no shit, dude. Here. Check this shit out, man. Creator, studio, YouTube studio. Bro. If I go to community. Where is it? There's like a hidden thing or whatever. Public held. All these comments just because at the end there's a hashtag for the orb and I had no idea. And I had no idea. What was this comment held? I agree, but I'm not reading that. Or I'm not fucking clicking that shit. Yeah, I think that's all the... Yeah. That's hilarious, by the way. I will say, that is the funniest thing. Almost at 9,000. Oh. Dude. Holy. Almost at 9% to the way to the silver play button. I did not realize. Okay, Jesus. All right, anyway. Okay. Not that it matters. Not that it fucking matters. Right now, our only focus today is to mourn Necromancer Dark. That's our only goal today. And to get more ice because I didn't put enough in here, so give me a sec. Actually, so funny thing about today, I forgot that I have to help Ella with con prep because we have con in a day. So
Evan,
yes,
I
hello,
need
that's me.
more advice.
Yes.
I
Oh
told
God.
her what you said.
Yes.
She got really quiet.
Okay.
I wasn't prepared for this strategy.
Yes.
What does it mean when she gets quiet? She
Um.
just asked me again who the fuck is Evan. I couldn't do anything, my man. I was cornered. I'm sorry.
Damn it. Damn it, dude. Well, hey, listen, Dark. At this point in time, the only thing you can do is just order her favorite meal to the house, get in your car, and drive somewhere else for the rest of the day. That's all I can do, man. God damn it. They get quiet. They're really looking forward to a witty, sarcastic joke. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I actually have con prep to do. I have to help Ella with con prep. I realized it was almost 2, and I told her I'd be done stream by 2 today. So I'm gonna get off a little bit early today. I apologize, but I'm not gonna get a chance to finish this piece. But I gotta help with stuff because we got to move things and take things over and whatnot. So next week is going to be a little bit weird for streams. Okay.
6 months.
Dude, yo, Kelvin Raven, thanks for the half a year, and thank you for considering me your prime option this month. I appreciate that. Thanks, dude. All right, so next week's gonna be a little weird. All right, so the schedule is gonna look like this. So Monday, normal stream. We're chilling. Tuesday, I will be gone, unfortunately, because I am still dealing with the hospital visits, and I have 1 more week of it, maybe-ish, and we're gonna see. I'm gonna get my hearing tested and see if all the treatments have helped out. So really cool. Thanks, Canada Healthcare, for elevating me to the front of the line here. So 1 more week of this bullshit, me missing Tuesdays, and then should be available to stream on Wednesday. Should be good. We're chilling. We're vibing. Then Thursday, Friday, I am in Edmonton. So I apologize, but I'll be missing most of my streams next week. I will let you guys know how ArdCon goes, and then we're gonna roll it into GameCon, and I'll let you know how that goes. And it should be really fun, and maybe we'll make some new friends and whatnot. I might get a chance to meet Tank and some of the people that I've been looking forward to finally getting to see IRL. That's cool. It should be good. But either way, I will see you guys later. Have a wondrous, wondrous weekend. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. It's been the honor of my life to stream and have you guys hanging out with me today. And so I'm sorry we didn't finish the piece for Fox today, but I'll get it done over the weekend as well as all the other nonsense I need to do. But either way, love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Go do some amazing things. Go play some D&D. Go play some Baldur's Gate 3 with that lewd mod that you don't want to admit you have installed. Weirdo. Anyway, until next time, my friends. Why did I even say that? Farewell.
Frau, den Stern